as we've ever seen inside the octagon. Yoel Romero, he is a real freak of nature.
Australia champions 2018.
There it is, sublime batting.
Oh, you beauty.
This is a monster strike.
That is brilliant.
This is going to be incredible. Now you can watch your favourite Foxtel shows together with ABC iView and ABC Kids on IQ3 and IQ4. Discover the acclaimed dramas that you love. And keep your kids entertained with the best stories and characters. By adding together ABC iView and Netflix with all your must-watch Foxtel shows, you get Australia's best TV and on-demand experience all in one place.
The people you sent out, they're in trouble.
The enemy watching us.
The spy you're looking for, right here in your camp.
We don't fight for revenge. We fight for our future.
The Walking Dead. New episodes start tomorrow at 2, Encore 9:30 on Fox Showcase and Watch on Demand.
With the new Foxtel experience, it's so easy to discover more amazing drama, movies and sports. Just press the home button.
This program brought to you by Forex Gold. Good as gold. Bet365. Macca's. Play and win every time with Macca's mini games. And Harvey Norman. $500 million 5-day sale on now.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
A tremendous reception to the anthems here at St George's Park. South Africa and Australia, the second KFC T20 International. Australia convincing winners of the first one, but this promises, I think, a better South African performance. I think they've been shocked into it by the way they went down to the Australians the other night at the Wanderers. Cock has taken the chance to bat first. I think this crowd will get right behind them. Great sense of anticipation. You feel very close to the players here, and you feel you can influence, inspire, and whatever else their performance. Quinton de Kock will open the batting today with Risa Hendricks as a change or two in the South African side. So it's de Kock and Hendricks, du Plessis, van der Dus and Miller, van Billion, and the front six. Still no Temba Bavuma. It's a real problem, this hamstring injury. Hamstrings hang around. Could be a while, I think. I don't think they want to rush him back either. Hamstrings are issues long term. Pretorius is playing today. Dwayne Pretorius, the all-rounder. KG Rabada, Henrik Nokia, very popular in these parts. Had a good test match here, bowled very fast at times. And then, of course, Tabraiz Shamsi. We love his general enthusiasm, along with KG Rabada. It's been left out. Leaving out Dale Stains's an interesting decision, but it's a rotation policy, really. There are the six at the top of the Australian order, all gifted stroke players. Matthew Wade really on the back of a brilliant big bash. Man of the match the other night, Ashton Agar. Paddy Cummings. A nice varied bowling attack. So yeah, strong side Australia, and they'll take some beating. But as I say, I think it's a good thing to be batting first. Very bare pitch, subcontinental looking pitch. Cocky could only see it getting slower, which is one of the reasons he's chosen to bat first. He'll look to play a bit straighter, almost certainly, than Mitchell Starc, having played all round a good fast swinging ball the other night. There's a slip in place. Aaron Finch himself, 4 in the cover ring, third man, short fine leg, he's up on the circle, square legs back mid on. They're the only fielders leg side, just 3 of them. Starc looking to get the thing to start around off stump. Away from Sean Pollock alongside me. Did you see that pitch?
Yeah, it's a little bit barer than I've seen on the surface of George's Park. how Wanderers Friday night, Sunday you're in Port Elizabeth and the surface is completely different, the altitude completely foreign, and they'll have to adapt as best they possibly can.
Well, there's a little delay while we wait for the clock to tick over. In fact, it just has on the electronic screen. It's just gone to 2:30, which means we can get on with it. What a contest this promises to be. Almost certainly the best new ball bowler in white ball cricket in the world. Certainly one of the best 2 or 3 anyway. Mitchell Starc against one of the best 2 or 3 opening batsmen in white ball cricket in the world. Quinton de Kock, who has every single stroke at his disposal, and of course a tremendously relaxed and positive attitude to the art of batting. I think the umpires are going by different clocks from the one up on this electronic scoreboard, so we're going to be a minute behind. It says 2:31 up there, but anyway, the signal is about to come here. Starc has waited a long time at the end of his run. And now he turns, faces us in the commentary box. He's just beneath us. We're so close to him here, and he starts to run away from us now. First ball of the second KFC T20. He's on the money, and so is Quinton de Kock.
Yeah, really good start. He was superb with his performance at the Wanderers. He'll be hoping to set a tone again here for Australia. South Africa winning both tosses. The first one they decided to bowl first today, batting. I think a better balanced side for South Africa. At the top of the order, Hendricks, he's an experienced campaigner. It's not someone like Van der Dussen who would be playing a completely different role to what he normally does for his franchise and for his country. And to negate the speed, you think you need a specialist.
South Africa are away. You would think, you don't know because pitches are so hard to predict, but you would think that this is a good time to score. You would think the hard ball coming on more than it will later is an advantage for those who bat at the top of the order. Didn't see either of those balls swing. There's the pitch. Cricket experts and analysts spend a long time analysing pitches and often get them wrong. As de Kock himself said at the toss, some more cracks in it than he remembers. And I repeat, he expects it to get slower. It's quite shiny, the sort of bare mud pieces that are rock hard and been rolled almost to a shine. Now, Starc. Certainly with one and maybe with two. No, quite right. Uncertainty from de Kock, and it's a much more sensible thing, particularly as the guy attacking the ball, Ashton Agar's left-handed, and he could swoop and pick up quick.
It also looked like Quinton de Kock lost his footing at one stage as he turned to try and maybe come back for that second run. Flicked away. Hendricks was keen for the second. After he decided not to come, but no real need to risk a wicket in just the third delivery of the day with a run out.
A lot of young people here Sunday afternoon, great time to come and watch cricket. Very pleasant day in Port Elizabeth, not too hot, some sunshine, bit of cloud cover. Big boys have come to town, two immensely strong sides. South Africa didn't show it with the Wanderers, but they certainly have it in them. The band, of course, will play all afternoon long. Has to be a wide bat.
Yeah, Quinton de Kock obviously in particular will have analysed his performance and the fact that he got out to a great delivery from Mitchell Starc. And Quinny loves to hit the ball square of the wicket both sides. He's got beautiful wrists and waits until the last moment. But I think what he might have to do against Starc with the high speed is try and maybe stay on the shape a little bit longer. You can see how quickly he tried to whip that one. Maybe he needs to look to hit it more to mid-on and mid-wicket and see how quickly he goes across the line. So maybe just hold that shape a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, he was batting like he was 60 not out against England a week earlier, wasn't he? And just looking to push on. And of course, against late swing at that sort of pace, you got to be playing it late and playing it straight.
It's the perfect conditions for Mitchell Starc too. The breeze is coming over from the bottom left of your screen towards the batsman across to the right-hand side, which will assist his in-swinger to the right hand and away swinger to left hand. It's behind him as well. So you'll be enjoying these conditions.
That's a good start by Starc. It's 4 for no wicket. .40s through that over. And that is a speed if you're batting against it. Think of a car going at 120, add 20 to it. Imagine you're 20 yards away facing it. Reminder of the sides, the South Africans strengthening the top of the order. They had Rassie van der Dussen in place of Temba Bavuma. Now it's Risa Hendricks, who's a lovely looking player to watch. Faf at 3, Rassie at 4. They 5. He's an important figure in T20 cricket because he's a game breaker. Dwayne Pretorius back in the team. The idea is to rotate, have a look at all these players.
Yeah, change up from Australia. Richardson opened the bowling at the Wanderers, but they've decided to turn to Pat Cummins. And he looks to shape the ball back towards the left-handers. Normally it's a fantastic length.
And he has the unusual field of both fine leg and third man up in the circle. He's got square leg back, he's got cover back. They're the two boundary riders. Plans to bowl very straight at the cock. It's a bit like David Warner. You really can't give them width outside the off stump. You want to tighten them up around middle. In fact, Warner got out to that ball sort of around his chest for not the first time. That was the other night against Dale Steyn. What a stroke. What a stroke that is. I gotta tell you, from just back of a length, to have that speed of eye and footwork and hand, awesome.
Yeah, this is quality from Quinton. I was just thinking on the surface, sometimes you can struggle to hit the ball over the top. That wasn't short. That was just back.
Gotcha. Boys, we're on.
Nice. Let's do this.
Snap. I'm on my way.
Where are y'all, Mel?
Home, James.
Who is it, honey? Everybody.
The sport you love, all in one place. Yours.
It's hard to look right at your baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number.
Always make a good impression.
Connecting Bluetooth.
Or just be yourself. Change the rules. The new look Toyota CHR. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
For him in the first 4 deliveries.
That is a short boundary down here to the main pavilion where we're commentating from. Now Cummins taking all the pace off it, which you sense is going to have to do. So de Kock very happy to use that pace to his advantage. 2 sixes in the first over bowled by Pat Cummins. This a sparkling stroke made by the speed of the footwork as much as anything. That too clever. Too clever. premeditating the length, I reckon, and into position.
And then using the lack of place just to pick up a single. All coaches love a single after 2 sixes.
It's a call of 2, but I don't think there's 2 in it, and there isn't 2 in it. The Australians were very good in the field at the Wanderers. At times brilliant. 18 for no wicket. Got a lot of overs in all forms of the game, as Pat Cummins does. Develop your temperament, and you need to, because you're going to have days when you're up, days when you're down, days when you get out of bed and feel like it, days when you don't, days when you get a bit of stick, and other days when you knock them over, and you have to live with all of them with an equable temperament. Just in a couple of those drives, Hendricks is going a little early at the ball and therefore shutting that face. Great thing, even at the start of a T20 game, even greater than power, is timing. Wait as long as you can, time the ball. The shoulders are relaxed and the hands are relaxed, better chance of timing it. And actually that's his natural gift anyway. Like that.
Yeah, on cue. That's brilliantly played. In swinging delivery, and there's no surprise that Mitchell Starc is searching for that wicket ball, trying to target the stumps. The ball that's tailing back towards the right-handers, but that's brilliantly played. A little bit of width, couldn't come back as much as Starc was intending. Up and over. This has been a really good start. South Africans just holds the pose, no need to run. Crossing delivery, interesting. Why he's gone that option, I'm not too sure. Maybe trying to see if there's some variable bounce when you do go across seam.
Third man's come up, cover's gone back. Great cricket, but another one of those singles. Sean coaches so like, but the ease with which he hit that over extra cover of a shot that was once considered a huge risk. Of course, very different with the modern bats. You get enough of the bat on the ball, it'll get over the infield comfortably enough.
You can't go away from how important a shot that is. He was 2 from 5 deliveries. He's watched the other end as Quinton de Kock's carved 2 maximums over the fence. And we're feeling a little bit of pressure. It wasn't in the squad, being brought.
Oh my goodness. I think it's onto the roof.
It's not onto the roof, it's over the roof. The Kookaburra departs the stadium. Quinton de Kock on fire. He's just holding on that length, just slightly leaning back, and you don't even go looking for that ball. You definitely got the 3rd, 4th umpires bringing the new box of balls. It's creating a bit of entertainment for the boys in the dressing room and the crowd that's come to witness. But there also wasn't a massively short delivery from Starc. But as far as the middle, it found the center of it.
Fantastic swing of the bat. Watch the follow through. Desperate bowler for you. Enormous spotlight on bowlers. Everybody knows if you hit out of the ground, you're wondering what's going to happen to the next ball, not least the man who's running in to bowl it.
Yeah, it seemed like a good change up and off cut. It was still at 134 kilometers an hour, but there's no doubt he rolled his fingers across it, and Quinton intimated to Reza Hendricks that maybe just dipped on him. That's a little bit sore when you get hit on the toe. Doesn't matter what the speed is.
Fine bowling. Two good deliveries from Stark. In a 2020 game, every ball is an event. It's a question of who gets most events right. 30 for no wicket from 3.
Richard Stark's not happy. His bowlers aren't happy when there's singles accredited to the bowling account when you feel it's come off the pad. He's asking whether he's got a pillow on the edge of his bat, I think. It's made such a soft sound. You have to try and put your egos behind you when it comes to T20 cricket. It's a hard knock to take, getting made to leave the stadium. Not much going for the LBW. Comfortably missing maybe even another set. I think different innings from Quinton de Kock. We've seen 2 brilliant sixes with orthodox pull shots, and this fiddling around to fine legs not really something we've come accustomed to from those for proper shots down the ground, just like that. And that'll bring up another boundary. So he's mixing it up nicely, Quinton.
Well, there's proof of the pitch if you ever needed it. Cannot play a shot like that unless the surface is true. Really just dropping the bat on the ball, and has the ability to find the gap. He always had an ability to do that.
These are the hazards of the job for Richardson. To the crease, first one, the man just gets down and paddles you past 45, then walks at you and smacks it straight past you.
The Australians well remember the way Adam Gilchrist would begin a one. Best bowlers, threat so often fulfilled. This was happening today. Quinton de Kock's literally taken off. They've only been out in 3.5 overs. He's got 30. And that 2 4s and 3 6s. Louisa Hendricks playing a support role, faced 7 balls and has 7, and he's now on strike to Richardson. He's a wise bird if he creeps looking to give the strike back to Quinton.
Yeah, it's also a nice thing as a captain when you do win the toss and you make a decision. Often you used to look to bowl first, and you get to bowl the first over and you set the tone for the team. You almost feel like it's the perfect opportunity for you to lead from the front, and that's exactly what Quinton's done here today. Wins the toss, decides to bat 30 or 14, and he's shown
as it was. It's a long time even since the newest stand was built. The Castle Corner remains, and of course so did the band. The St George's Park band, every bit as much well known as the ground itself. As I said earlier, spectators feel close to the play, which is great for the kids that pack in to watch these matches. 4 gone, 40 for no wicket.
good comeback from Kane Richardson. Under immense pressure in the first 2 deliveries, and once he got Reza Hendricks on strike, he probably thought this is a little opportunity for me to maybe take my breath. Just went for 1 run in the next 3 deliveries. Some good variations employed.
From the ocean, and what a place that is for surfers. Pour into Port Elizabeth. Right, Pat Cummins switching now down here beneath us at the Park Drive end of the ground. Will want to bowl as many balls to Risa Hendricks as he can. That's why the field will close in a little tighter on Hendricks and give themselves a yard when Quinton de Kock's on strike. He'll try to hit exactly that spot. Iota back of a length and get that result for 2 or 3 balls in a row if he can. Again, the sweepers are both square, offside and leg side. No one back, third man or long leg. Shoots off a thick outside edge. Amazing athletic fielding. This Steve Smith, he's like a jack in the box. See him in the slip region, in test matches and anywhere in the one-day game, and it's as if he's got spring in his heels.
Yeah, this move belonged in the gymnasium. Pretty impressive. Goes to the speed delivery, the 142 delivery, and he gets himself into a bit of an awkward position.
He's done well because he's moving so fast. So some fielders would dive, smother the ball, and then the batsman would be able to come back. But had he picked that up, it would have stopped the comeback. So Cummins is hitting his targeted area.
Yeah, it's so funny, and when you bowl into an opening combination, one guy who's just seen ball, hit ball, and feels like he's in great touch, and you get the other guy who's maybe just a little bit more circumspect. You have to make sure you cash in. You have to build pressure. You have to get those dot balls. Cummins doing a good job.
Oh, Risa goes, and Risa makes it. Good running by Hendricks. He ran the first really hard, and I wondered if it was a bit of a bluff, see if he could force an error, but no, he had the intention of 2 and got 2.
Good cricket awareness as well. Left-hander on the boundary, so had to run around himself after picking up the ball. Just gave him that extra metre or 2. Comfortably home in the end. And you can see the left-hander having to go around. Just a little bit more time. Now it's interesting. As a bowler, you're thinking, okay, I've done a good job. I've gone for 5 deliveries. I've mixed things up well. What is my option? Quinton has been the more attacking, more aggressive of the 2 batsmen. Just discussion with Finch, trying to get that last ball underway, trying to get out of the over. Captain will go to the bowler and say, what's your option? What are you going to go with? Let's set a field according to that delivery.
Well, for me, it's in at his toes full, isn't it?
Well, they've changed now. They've brought the man up from the leg side and put one out at square points. Maybe a length delivery at pace.
Cott's got the strike, which he'll be pleased with. Very good over from Pat Cummins. 5 gone, 46 for no wicket. An exhilarating start to a match that South Africa have to win to stay in the series, and have to win to recover some self-confidence, have to win to convince the people of South Africa that they're serious cricketers and can hold on to the Australians throughout these T20s and 3 one-dayers to come. They have to win to banish the demons that may linger from the Wanderers the other night. Plenty of reasons then, as Tommy Mbonga and Mike Hazeman take over.
Thank you, Mark. What a start this is. Winning the toss, electing to bat first and making the most of this. Going at just under 9.5 to the over. And what it's done is it's automatically put some pressure on the Australian captain. Suddenly Zampa, who bowled very well at the Wanderers, has been introduced, so plan B has had to come into play here. Hello, Pom.
Hello, Hayes. Yeah, short goes out the park. That's what this says to you. Anything that's been anywhere near the back of a length and shorter than that is absolutely pounced on Quinton de Kock. Quinton's got talent.
That's bad on ground.
So important up at the front to make sure that you're putting bowlers under pressure as a batsman, and what you have is that one side Quinton de Kock able to do that with his boundary counts and ability to get boundaries in many different areas.
It's a little bit short. He's pounced on that. That's gone for... Oh, my goodness gracious me. I think we can just say that's gone for... Is it just one?
That's Superman.
That's ridiculous.
That is absolutely unbelievable, Steve Smith.
We saw the other side in the last over, a ball of McKissy, which is a somersault in Afrikaans, and then that leap.
And I tell you what, you're thinking that's gone for 6. The crowd thought it was gone for 6 as well. What about that? Unbelievable.
It's astonishing. Absolutely astonishing.
So many would just give that up because you literally have got no chance. If anything, you've got 1% chance.
Why didn't he catch it?
I know. If he can do that, he can catch it. Why didn't he get up and get it before it hit the ground? Unbelievable. That is out of this world.
Just one run. Little things like that, little game breakers, gee, they can make a ridiculous difference.
Save 5. That's what he did. He saved 5. That you put pressure on your bowlers, on your opposition by being able to hit boundaries. They save them like that. Well, you put the pressure straight back on.
It's a little bit short again. This time he's found the boundary. Just one bounce and has gone for 4. Gee, pounces on those.
The partnership is 50 between Quinton de Kock and Reza Hendricks. Third 50 partnership between them. This time he's had to place it. Make sure that it's as far away from those fielders in the deep as possible.
As far away from Smith as possible. Where is that Superman? Get it away from him. Down the ground, straight down the ground. That is a beauty. That is a big boundary.
I'll say it again. Quinton's got talent. He can play. Some of these shots that he's played here have been magnificent. You're trying to make sure you give him no room outside off so he doesn't free his arms. You bowl straight, he can get it straight back over your head. He's also punished that leg side.
The boundary line is 80 metres, so went well over the boundary line. That's gone high. That's a short boundary, but it is going to plug. It's going to be a tease. And just the one. Wow, that's a big over. That is a really big over. First up from Zampa. Brilliant from de Kock, 59 for none.
Now look at the Powerade power play, and you'll see it will be all Quinton de Kock. Not particularly short, just back of a length has been punished. A beautiful shot from Reza Hendricks as well. He probably needs to cut loose and play with more freedom. But they'll be happy with their start. They'll also be very happy that their captain is still there, because it's him who is running things at the moment.
Right, that's the end of the Powerade power play. South Africa going now just a little bit under the 10. No bowler has escaped punishment here. Conditions are magnificent. Just a slight breeze. And that's unusual in Port Elizabeth. Good atmosphere at the ground. Richardson.
Yeah, now time for decision-making for Quinton de Kock. He's probably running on adrenaline. He wants to hit every single one, but their fielders now in the deep with the power play done, and he's got to place the ball to perfection. He's also got to play well for his side, in that once he goes, the opposition no doubt will feel more comfortable. And the secret to a good score for South Africa certainly involves Quinton de Kock. he's the big wicket.
We know he's not going to stop. I had a chat to Dale Steyn, actually, who has been rested today before the game, and he said after the last game, which they were all so disappointed about, he said it's up to the senior players, the more experienced guys, to make sure they dig deep and they set the tone. They get things right today, so the younger blokes who are a bit more inexperienced can dovetail and follow through and get back on track. One thing we've got to watch here is the Australians. They have kept pretty calm. Yes, they've been pasted around a bit, but they've kept pretty calm up until now. They've won 8 out of their last 9 T20s. Australia, internationals that is. Now, that could be out. That is out. That's a simple catch. Agar down there. Called loudly. Positioned himself perfectly underneath that. Pouched it easily.
As he walks off, I reckon he's thinking, why didn't I just try and hit it for 6? He's been circumspect in the way he's played. He gets it short and he tries to roll the wrist there as he hits that long boundary, and he gets a bit of a top edge. So it carries comfortably into the deep, and Agar makes no mistake. But Reza Hendricks goes, and an innings that he would have liked to be aggressive rather than circumspect. It's 60 for 1.
So Australia will be happy with that. Yes, they haven't got to cock, but wickets do just slow things down a little bit. Have a look at the wicket delivery. That's going to see a lot of that today on the surface. Change of pace. Clever bowler, Richardson. Likes bowling at the top. Loves bowling at the death. Loves getting in the action when it gets a little bit tough in the middle as well. And now it's time for the former skipper to join the skipper. Very experienced player, Faf du Plessis. He's played a lot of T20s international cricket. Strike rate is really good. Opens the batting in the IPL. Does a good job, so batting number 3 will be perfect for him as well in this situation. And he'll dovetail cleverly. He'll think about this now with de Kock.
Yeah, it's a good strike rate, that. And over quite a few games, what he's good at is adapting, playing according to the situation.
De Kock on strike again.
Yeah, just a word on Reza Hendricks and the fact that he gets a go here. You might think about selection in terms of who do you want to play where. You were at the Wanderers in the previous game and he plays there. That's where he plays his cricket. Probably would have been better suited to whatever that wicket did and would have been able to adjust. Then you come here and you've got John Smuts who plays here and he's out of the side. And Reza Hendricks plays. So there's the adjustment that must be made by those players, which I think can be made easier.
I must admit, I thought it was a little bit strange when Temba Bavuma did his hamstring, and that's a proper injury, hamstrings, that Reza wasn't brought in straight away for that first T20. They didn't bring any replacement players in. Of course, Reza faced a fitness test again today. Decided against. But he's got a bit of time now before the next one in Cape Town.
It's the salvo from the Australians. The wicket, Phil can allow them.
I know the stuff about the boys from the Saka.
What? You've been known to kind of just assign people names and and profiles.
Well, there's another one. Van der Dussen to come at number 4. Now he opened in the last game. I think it's a better position for him. Strike rate in his career is really good, and that's where he's batted most that time, even perhaps at times a little bit lower. 131. Miller, of course, would be dangerous, but it's time that he really got stuck in, Miller.
Hat-trick hero. Here he is, Ashton Agar.
Almost got a double hat-trick, didn't he? It was very close.
Yeah, brilliant. Set up, obviously, by the faster bowlers before him, and he comes into the attack, is right on the money, and he'll hope he'll bowl just as well today.
So Zampa just the one over. Short and wide, sweeper out there. They'll come back for 2 quite comfortably. In fact, it might go for 4. Oh, it's around the corner of the post.
It's an excellent effort from Mitchell Starc. He thought he'd just go along and pick it up and chuck it back in, but it was timed a lot better than he thought. It's a nice shot, that, from Faf du Plessis, and you watch him run here. See, now he's running towards the boundary. He had been running across, and he has to put the dive in as well. Might have done himself a mischief as well with the dive. Now he's calling to the change room.
Side, holding his side. His right side. It's the last thing Australia want. Powerhouse he is in any form.
Yeah, he was going to the right. Pick up. In his mind, that's what was going to happen. Nice outfield, went quickly. Had to shift and go towards the rope.
Oh, what's that?
Nicely ball. He had to cover up at the last minute.
So the change in direction. Change in direction and then having to put the dive in as well. Suddenly. That might be the issue.
Yeah, it's his right side that he's had to scramble with, had to reach with. Big shout. Umpire not interested.
Agar, who's kind of makes the assessment of whether it's out or not, and generally goes with, I know why it's not out, rather than the emotional, hold on, let's have a look at that. He did it in the game, and the Wanderers as well. He said, I think that's high. I think it was a sweep that was played as well and hit somebody on the hip.
Nice. Eight runs off that over. 70 for 1. Righto, let's go and join Mackay and Tini.
What's it like up there, Mac?
Hey, I tell you what, for me, you should be here, buddy. It's wonderful to be here, buddy. And I think, this is the best place. Folks, if you are listening, brother, we should change the commentary to come this way. It's wonderful here. I'm seeing everyone here. They even know everybody's name. They follow Australia number 55. This is crazy, man. It's wonderful, especially you see how the crowd it is, buddy. Wow, awesome. Hey, I'm close to, where the beer is being poured, my brother.
I know you don't drink that stuff.
Yeah, buddy, when you're in the castle corner, that's the best place you can be.
Tell me, what do you think of the way they're going now? 70 for 1, South Africa.
Yeah, they're loving it. I think everyone here, I've got some young fellows here, they're wearing their grey jerseys, they're enjoying, watching Queenie. Queenie has been in good form, and I think as a captain as well, captain, my captain, they're betting together, almost a run out there. They're enjoying every single moment, I tell you that.
Righto, Mackie, make sure you enjoy the rest of the day. Stay away from all that chicken up there.
Thank you very much. Hey, Mr. Harrisman said I must say, congratulations for being here.
Side the stumps would have been interesting, that's for sure. Zampa was there, the throw was clearly a long way away. Righto, so 1 run off the first ball. Du Plessis back on strike now. Zampa has changed ends.
An important period, this. A period where anything that they're given needs to be put away. Both Quinton de Kock and Faf du Plessis. Du Plessis trying to get started, no boundaries as yet. And Quinton de Kock has slowed down since the end of the power play. Also, an assessment must be done as to what score they're looking to try and get.
They've just scored a dozen runs since the wicket. That's all they've got, so things have slowed down. That's okay. These two guys can catch up. De Kock can continue with his form. He will kick back into gear pretty quickly, I'd imagine.
Pretty sore, this. Look at this. Straight through the hands and bang on the knee. That is very sore for David Warner. Normally wouldn't show any signs of pain.
He's got an edge on that. That's gone away for 4.
It's an educated edge. It's gone all the way to the boundary. It was much needed as well, needed by Du Plessis, who hadn't hit a boundary to that point, and also by the partnership that's just been bogged down a little bit. Down the wicket, looking to make the play, and the edge goes in the gap for 4.
Edge off a full toss. Sharp work. Captain Aaron Finch.
Something's got to give. You just feel Du Plessis has assessed and he thinks that they can't go on as they are. They've got to try and play some shots. He's danced down the wicket a couple of times, but found the field a couple of times. Who holds their nerve?
Nice elegant dive from Faf du Plessis. Last for the over. 7 runs from this one. Looking for 2. Should be able to think about it, and that's all they're going to do, just think about it. So 8 off, 78 for 1. So these bowling figures now are going to start looking just a little bit more respectable. If you look at the spinners in particular, start going at 8, a couple of overs. We haven't got any news of 80 side. He's still on the park, by the way. Cummins, that's unusual for him to go at 10s straight away. Richardson, 6. Got the wicket as well. He dragged it back beautifully, and Zamp has come back as well. And Agar just 7. Richardson is the pick. But Agar's about to start his 2nd from the duck pond end. One thing that Quinton de Kock has got to make sure happens is that he gets enough strike at this stage. He hasn't had a great deal of strike since that wicket fell. Back on now.
Yeah, bowling that bit quicker has to adjust, because this is not as fast a pitch as the one that he bowled on at the Wanderers. You'd have loved the bounce of the Wanderers as well.
Solid. Stark down there, no problems picking up and throwing that. So he hasn't got any treatment, actually. We've been watching it quite closely over there. The medical boys haven't come around. He did have a signal at some stage. He must have cancelled it, so he's obviously fine.
Yeah, well done. Kept it out. Yeah, you're talking about Quinton de Kock not facing too many balls. He's faced 6 out of 23 that have been bowled since the wicket. Hey, remember, he was the first of the hat-trick.
So there's a couple of balls in a row that have kept a little bit low. Shamsy will be taking note of that. This over is really tidy.
Come on, boys, come on, boys.
Got away with that as well.
It's excellent work by Ashton Agar. Perhaps a caution being taken in playing him because of his results in the previous game.
Catch it.
I think he's done a really good job, Agar. They've clamped things here nicely, the Australians. Bit of frustration there from the Kock. 81 for 1.
Trying to hit this away, it ends up too full for him to get it away, and he hits it onto his foot. dot ball. As I say, doing a fantastic job as Estanega. He's bowled a couple of overs and gone for just 10. So that required rate has come down. Now going at just over 8 and over.
So just bear in mind that the average score of the last 10 games, domestic games, has been about the 175, 180 mark. That's at 10 and 0 from here. Right, Cummins now. He's back in the game. Good captaincy this from Aaron Finch. Now that's gone high. There is a sweeper. It is going to be taken. It is taken. He was a bit unsure at one stage. Du Plessis has just holed out. That's not a good shot. He won't want to see that replay. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Didn't want to do. South Africa, they absorb balls and a wicket has fallen.
Oh, beautiful bowling. Just wide. Saying, right, you can go over mid-off if you want. That's the man who's up. But then takes all the pace off it. And in trying to hit it, doesn't wait long enough. Faf du Plessis, yep, that's exactly why there's that reaction. Caught in the deep. And du Plessis got to go for 15. It's 81 for 2.
She hasn't missed a game, you know. She's been here for a long time. Righto, let's go upstairs to Mark Nicholas up in the bucket.
Thanks, Hazy. You could see the slow ball pretty clearly, actually. We're quite high up and side on, almost dead square at square leg for Faf du Plessis. And you could see the slower ball. And actually, you could also see his hand run across it, the fingers run across it, Makahe. And this change of pace now for these guys on what looks a pretty flat deck is going to be crucial, isn't it?
We don't need TV here. We can see everything right in front of us. You know, I think, you know, what his Cummins is going to do, he's going to try to make sure as well that he bowls all of those off-cutters, you know, to Queenie as well, because he wants to bowl to the new batter. I think that's one of their plan.
Okay, well, the batsman crossed, so it's Quinton de Kock on strike here to Pat Cummins. Another slower ball. Take the pace off it, and then Quinton can't use the pace. It's a super innings, that. But he knows it's half a job, maybe less than half a job. Having said that, you won't see a brighter or more enjoyable 50.
Oh, yes. I was just saying to the fellows behind us and say, Queenie is one of those players that they actually make the base for South Africa, and then everyone starting to follow after that. And then what he has done here today, scoring 50 as well, you know, Van der Dussen walks in, he looks pumped. He wants to make sure that South Africa, who can say that they can get to that 200 mark.
And the song pounding out is Queen's We Will Rock You. And that's what the crowd want Queenie to do here. It's Rassie van der Dussen now who's taken guard in at number 4 today. And that at full pace from Cummins, and very noticeable from side on, these changes of pace. That's the first thing, having come to this position, that you can pick up from side on. You actually played in an era where pace and the Yorker were the key things in one-day cricket. A change of pace with a slower ball, yes, but not the great range of slower balls that we see in the game now.
They have got plenty of those ones. The knuckle ball,
haven't
you know.
they? Yeah.
The one comes at the back of the hand.
Yeah.
And that's
4. Free swing of the bat from Quinton de Kock, as it's been all day. Finish on that, the knuckle ball. They take a lot of practice, those things, to get right.
You see where we sit, we're actually standing. We can actually see exactly where he's standing. He's waiting for that slow ball. He can just punch it anywhere he wants to. Queenie, he scored the 50. He must be looking now to get the team, you know, very closer to that 200 mark we're talking about. And I think from the Cummins as well, you know, he really is going to be put under pressure by Queenie.
Man back here underneath us at point. Great speed to the ball, and therefore there's only one in it. Well, 200 would be a phenomenal effort. We're into the last ball now, the 11th over, 88 on the board. So 9 remain after this one, Micaiah.
And this is a lot where we are.
Well, I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm saying it would be a fantastic effort.
No, it will be.
Let's say they score 10 and over from now, they get 180.
They will get it, yes. But we all know that they still have a David Miller who still has to come as well. You know, he can really put,
that's right.
the team under pressure.
Have a Miller moment.
Oh, yes, and that will be wonderful to see him, you know, if he can be able to do as we know.
Quick. quick.
That was quick.
Brilliant. 88 for 2. Wonderful action and physical strength with Pat Cummins. Must be one you admire.
Oh, yes. And then you can look at that from the distance as well. It's almost like a, wow, he could just scratch the helmet there. Beautiful to watch. Seeing that as well, they don't overuse a slow ball. Australia bowled very well in Johannesburg. They hit the good areas, you know, put South Africa under pressure. You know, you come here, the ball is not as pinging as it was in, in Johannesburg. Here, you need to make sure that you vary your pace. The wicket is not as quick as any other.
It's not super slow by any means.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's not as fast as Joburg.
Adam Zampa now. Quinton de Kock belted him when he came on first to this end. This is the duck pond end of the ground. Belted him round the park. So Finch got him out of the attack, moved him down to the other end. Zampa's third over. Gone for 22, 2 overs and 1 balls. Richardson 2 for 12, bowled very well. Stark 2 for 16. Cummins 3 for 27. Agar 2 for 10. Agar the hero the other night with that hat-trick. Only he and Brett Lee, Australians, to have done it in T20 cricket. Now Rassi van der Dussen on strike to Adam Zampa. Loves the slog sweep as Rassi goes with the little paddle reverse.
And that's the only way he can get off strike, making sure that he doesn't, try and hit him over the top. If he can lap him, getting Quinn into the strike.
Well, his length is crucial here. When he was just fractionally back of a length trying to get overspin, Quinton de Kock went back and pulled him out of the park. Well bowled, great start to the over.
Got 2 singles, yes.
3 singles, yeah, 91 for 2.
From Quinn here, they're trying to lap him. They don't really want him to settle as well within his length.
God, you're so settled for that. I mean, it looks like a given away single, but singles at this stage are gold dust. Dot balls are the ultimate gold. Wickets are the ultimate gold. Dot balls are next on the list, and then singles. Does give the strike back to de Kock. Is he going to threaten this leg side boundary again? He also had a beautiful straight 6 into that black side screen, which is a long boundary. That was off Zampa too. Does he want 2? Yes, he does want 2. Should get it as well. Lovely placement. Smart cricket from de Kock. He could have got carried away by that extravagant start, but he hasn't. He's settled in now. He knows that if he goes big, past the 100 mark, South Africa go big.
Now, that's without a doubt, that's probably his aim, to make sure that he gets to that 100 mark. Even if he doesn't get to 100, get closer.
Come on, Zorbi, come on, boys,
and I think that's one of the things that goes to his head as well as a captain. If he can bet until the last, 5 overs.
Oh, wow.
Quinton de Kock's 50, sorry, end of the over there, 95 for 2. Quinton de Kock's 50 has had a bit of everything. For me, the very best 2 strokes were that one. The first one, the 6 off Pat Cummins. These were clever improvisations, using the pace of the ball. There was a slam down the ground off a good length. There's the pull I was talking about a moment ago to this boundary down beneath us. That is the equal best shot of the innings, hitting through its line and straight down the ground. A brilliant player at his very best. 60 to savour so far today from Quinton de Kock.
Seeing him lapping saying and doing the scooping shots. And I haven't seen him. You normally seeing him hating those ones. You might have seen himself that if the moment I do that, he might be probably hitting straight back to the fielder. But seeing him finding something new, that gives him that a little bit of an inch.
Yeah, he used it well against the hard new ball, didn't he, when he had the pace to work with. Now that a bit of the pace is gone because the ball's got a little softer, it won't be the pitch. The pitch won't have changed character in the last hour. It'll be the softness of the ball and the fact that it's being, a lot of the pace has been taken off by the bowlers. So he's early on that, almost toe ends it out the long on.
And you can see that he's seeing that there's a massive gap as well between the long off, and the sweeper there. That probably he was aiming that gap.
Breeze is just getting up a little here at Port Elizabeth on a beautiful day, a sunshine day. Pretty much a full house in. Great vibe. As I said a little earlier, it has the feel of a cricket ground, not of a sporting stadium. So the field now, square leg and long leg back, mid wicket, mid on, and it looks as if Kane Richardson's going to bang it in shortish here at Rassie van der Dussen. Takes the pace off a fuller ball, bit of a double bluff. No fielder saving a single leg side. Strike back to the cock. You get stuck into a bucket while you're up here?
I can't.
Huh?
I cannot.
No?
I'm a vegetarian.
Are you?
Yep. That's you. There's a lot of it.
It's been here an hour or two, I think. Oh no! Out surely, is it? No! Drops short of Alex Carey.
Don't do that.
That's why it's hard to play that little lap off the quicks when they cut the ball.
This is one of those things, Mark. I think if you are not used to it, don't do it. Hit the ball straight down the line. You've got a massive, open gaps everywhere.
Yeah, well, he was trying to play more of a ramp than a reverse, actually. And he got done by the lack of pace. Anyway, he's stayed in, which is the great thing for the South Africans. Now Van der Dussen. Looks a little high to me, and he makes it down the other end. Now, it could be that Richardson wants this reviewed. He's signalling to Aaron Finch, and Finch is saying high, surely, yes. And that's the agreement with Alex Carey. Normally, captain and wicketkeeper are better judges than bowlers.
No, of course, this is one of the things that how they're going to be able, to get Quinton out. And they try everything, but now Quinton, you need to be stable. You need to make sure that he stays there. You can't throw it away now. Everybody's here to enjoy him.
Good stop. $13 gone now, the 100's on the board, 2 are down. We're getting near onslaught time. Eddie.
High five, thank you.
So change. Ashton Agar back into the attack. He and Zampa swapping, really. What do we got? Mid on and mid off a back. Down beneath us, there's someone here at mid-wicket. So too deep back with square leg. Interestingly, 5 are offside. There's a sweeper out at cover to go with long off 2 saving, 1 behind square. Extra cover. Where does de Kock look to go here?
He bowled very well in Johannesburg, picking up a hat-trick. And I think what South Africa now they need to do is to make sure that he doesn't get a wicket.
That's
a boundary.
And the mistake, wasn't it, from Agar, bowling it too quick, firing it in, giving de Kock the pace to work with.
He's waiting for that one. He made a yes of it.
Come on, Ash. Come on. Nuggets.
Drops safe again. He's going de Kock's way today. Everybody with their hearts in their mouths there as the ball hangs in the air. They desperately want their captain to go on and on with this innings.
This is one of the things I hope South Africa is watching. You know, the ball when the spinners are bowling, they need to make sure that they don't bowl it quick. It's not easy to hit. The slower you bowl, the better for you.
There's a man back. There's a man back who can't quite get the fingertip on it. Without timing it, Rassie makes a maximum.
That's it. On the distance. Only 6.2 overs left. He needs to unleash now. He needs to make sure that he follows Quinny.
Very good, Agates. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, Larry.
See, just the bat turns a little. Again,
Holding as well. He gets a 6 out of it.
We saw an amazing bit of fielding from Steve Smith earlier, and that's something the like of which I don't think I've ever seen. Anyway, 113 for 2. Mike Hazeman's in the comm box. Hazy, you got a very different view from me.
I have got a very different... It's a very different view, yes. I have a question for you guys, though. Listen, there's a couple of non-vegetarians here. Why don't you just make sure you bring... What do you want, Primo? Some chips and a couple of wings and some... Just bring a couple of buckets, will you, when you come down?
Speak for yourself, okay?
You only want a couple of buckets.
What do you reckon, boys?
What's the target? My one, Hazy.
Yeah, Mark's going to have a couple for you as well. Are you? Hey, there, Mark?
That's the target, then.
Good firm hit down the ground. I think the Australians have done pretty well, actually, given the threat of de Kock, who... What's he on now, Quinton? He's on 70. So they've held him pretty well. The last 30, 40 runs, they've held him pretty well. Breakneck start. He had 30 or 14 balls, I think.
That's the only way, because, sorry, they are not bowling quick to him. You know, they're changing a pace.
Zampa switching again. Power drive into the ground, bowling well, getting plenty of overspin on the ball, hitting his length, hurrying it onto the batsman. With David Miller waiting in the wings, Rassie van der Dussen can't take too long out here. So
that's a good. Whoa! But is in the roof. It's gone. Out of here.
Well, a huge electronic scoreboard comes up with the words power, precision and excellence. All three apply to that perfect strike from Rassie van der Dussen. The moment you sensed he had to go, he went.
He's coming back. The ball is coming back. Wait for it. Wait for it. Someone is
found it
fetching it
across the
underneath
road,
the
underneath the
cars.
car. They have. Fourth umpire, I should say, has been out. There's been a discussion with the umpires out in the middle. They've chosen a replacement ball. But there is somebody out there crawling underneath the motor car to recover the original one.
Andy, come on, lad.
Nice response from Zampa.
Like, this is the position I love Van der Dussen to Barrett, that going up front. Now he walks in, he's relaxed, he's seen how the wicket plays. He really, you know, you can see now is one of those ones that they can actually make Australia pay. He can hit the ball far.
Good catch. Mitchell Starc, look at that. Made it look so easy. The ball hung in the air. He had some 25 yards to cover. And it's the big fish, Quinton de Kock, who has to go.
Oh, yes, he doesn't drop those. Mitchell Starc. We all know that anything that goes towards him was better at Quinny. 70 runs of 65.
It's a superb innings, 70 from 47. As I say, just got stuck a bit, maybe the last 30. Thrown up higher. Hitting slight, I'm just trying to think if he's hitting slightly into the breeze or not, but anyway, he didn't get it, and Mitchell Starc did. Super catch on the move, important catch. De Kock goes, it's 1-2, 1 for 3.
Yes, what we're going to receive here, it's Miller time already, with Van der Dussen is already on 18.
So the batsman crossed, it's Van der Dussen on strike to Zampa. As I say, the Australians holding on well, 15 gone. It's 1-2, 1 for 3, and we're heading back to the commentary box.
Righto, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Micaiah, as well. We are just about to join the happy hour. 5 overs remaining, 122 for 3 it is. From beyond to come, Pretorius, Rabada. Right, nice job there from Mark Nicholas and Micaiah and Tini up in the bucket. We're in the business end of this innings. 5 overs to go. 122 for 3 it is. Heleno from here gets him to 172. Agar. Van der Dussen played really well in game number 2 against England. Almost steered the ship home. Very quick runs, quick fire runs, so he's going to be key. Miller is on strike now, and we know what he can do. The boundary straight for Miller is not the longest either.
Current rate 162.
Eased away on the onside. Boundary riders, 3 of them. Leg side. One at a wide long on. Cow corner and a deep backward square. It's going to be the same now for Van der Dussen. Suddenly it's going to be a swap around. So it's going to be the same on the leg side. Now Van der Dussen, leg side, can work with a shorter boundary.
Come on, Ash.
2 balls into his last over now. Agar. A little bit flatter, forcing Van der Dussen to work on the offside. They've got to make sure they get boundaries nice and early. Every over they've got to start with a boundary in the first 3 balls. 3 singles so far. stuff from Agar.
It's a situation where Miller needs to hit the ground running. He's got to get something away just to get him into the rhythm of the innings.
I think what he's got to do also is play to his strengths. That's his strength, to go down the ground. None of these cute little shots on the onside, on the offside. Using the pace of the ball, got to learn to go straight.
And ideally what he'd want is to be trying to take on Agar, but he'll finish his overs and just be the seamers operating. A good over from Agar to finish. 5 runs from it, 127 for 3.
Right, that's the end of Agar. He did a really good job, actually, as he did in the first game at the Wanderers. The bound is ready. They want to get the South Africa boys going. It's a real feature here at St George's Park. So far, the crowd here at St George's Park has been nicely entertained. We've got 4 overs to go.
Yeah, Mitchell Starc has got 2 up his sleeve. There's no doubt he'll finish here for Australia. Does a really good job at the top of the innings with the swinging new Kookaburra, but at the back end, also got the ability to bowl some brilliant Yorkers. Tends to tail it away from right-handers into left-handers. At high speed, and then he's got his variation of a good slow ball.
Cummins 1, Richardson also 1. Here we go, Starc now. Start the 17th. Okay, so let's just concentrate on the South Africans and what they do at the start of this over. Not enough runs off that last over as far as they were concerned. With the way the start they got, they were going at 10s. 10s very quickly indeed. Then it got down to just over the 7s. Now it's hovering at around about the 8 mark, so it's certainly dropped. And they've only lost 3 wickets, so they've got to pick it up a little bit here now.
Very strong leg side field here for David Miller. All 4 men back on the boundary, everyone up on the offside. We'll be looking to try and tail it back into Miller, try and hit him on the feet. Use the option of the short pitch delivery with the field that he has set.
A little bit leg side. Scampering through for 1 only. Look at the strike rate. Since the power play, slower balls. That's what's done the job. They're very good at adjusting conditions, and what they did, the Australians, as soon as a wicket fell, suddenly those slow balls came into play. Strike rate of 50, just over the 50 mark against the slower balls. 2 singles to start this over. There's that boundary. That's fine. A little bit unfortunate there for Mitchell Starc. He knows that there's a wry smile on his face as well.
This is the danger. 2 men up in the circle behind, backward point. Goes for the variation, the cutter delivery, offers up some width, and it's a thick edge. And when it makes contact and it goes airborne, and you've got 2 guys there, you're just hoping, all hopes that it goes to one of those fields. It doesn't. It bisects them perfectly. Away to the boundary.
It's actually a shot that Van der Dussen has got some good return from in the T20 game over the years. Opens that blade and hits nice and square straight to the field at that time, the Australian captain. So suddenly just tagged it back a little bit. So 6 off the over, 2 balls remaining. They still need to make sure they go at 10s. They have to go at 10s at this stage. Thing about this ground also, and that's a lovely shot. It's not the biggest ground in the world. Boundary areas of that scoreboard, and also straight down the ground towards that side screen. Easier said than done against someone like Mitchell Starc. Full toss. Scoreboard area comes into play, and that's a boundary. That's good work. Nice stuff from Van der Dussen. That's the second boundary he's got off the over.
Yeah, Mitchell Starc won't be happy with this delivery. He went for the variation, 122 kilometers per hour, but offered up a bit of a freebie. He wanted to get it in a decent length. The fact that it ends up as a low full toss means it's bonus for Van der Dussen. Doesn't miss out.
I think the days of now there's 10, one ball to go, so let's not take a risk. I think those days are gone. If you can pick up a boundary here, it's a double whammy. In the end, it's a single. So 11 off that over. That's good work. 138 for 3. It's been an amazing game, this one, the way it's ebbed and flowed. Look at the way South Africa played so well in the power play. Then the wicket fell straight after. Then Australia got well and truly back in the game, got their teeth right into it, picked up another wicket as well at over number 11. And suddenly a big over. But then again, another wicket fell, and that was the big one, that of Quinton de Kock. 70 runs off 47 balls. So bear in mind that the average score is around about the 175 mark, batting first. Australia got to be pretty pleased with the way they've come back here, because South Africa got out of the blocks very early. Solid shot, quick single. Direct hit will be interesting. No, would have been home.
South Africa just with the 3 wickets down will be thinking they shouldn't really be bowled out. So they can go full throttle. It does just seem like a difficult surface to whack the ball away, particularly the new batsman David Miller to the crease. If you bowl the cutters, it does grip on the surface a little bit, and we've seen the scoring rate go off as the balls got softer. Now Miller's options. Strong leg side field for him again, and straight down the ground at long off.
Only had the one T20 international before this one, so that's why we've got the domestic score there at the bottom. That's the highest score, by the way, batting first, 189. And those slow balls really have been very effective. You've got someone like Pat Cummins bowling him. He is a handful. Doesn't matter if he's got a red ball in his hand or a white ball, he's a handful. Lovely atmosphere. It's a beautiful day, late afternoon now, coming up to 10 minutes to 4 o'clock. Band in full play. Dragged onto the onside, just the single, 3 ones to start the over. Now that suddenly puts pressure back on David Miller. Miller's the one now that needs to get a boundary here.
It's a brilliant cricket awareness is from Cummins. He's come back into the attack. He's just got the 1 over to go, but the way he's mixed things up has been superb. The length has been spot on. He's cut across him, and you can see the ball just gripping into the pitch. Really did turn a substantial amount there. Delivery away from the left-hander. It's Miller who has to hit to the bigger boundary if he wants to drag those deliveries with no pace across to the leg side. So it's been really good first 4 deliveries. Can he finish well?
This is over number 18. Toe into the bat. Just a single. This is brilliant stuff from Cummins. See these overs, if you can bowl these for next to nothing, and let's face it, 4 runs from it so far is next to nothing in a T20 international, when a side's only lost 3 wickets.
It comes down to that last delivery, and it can sometimes be a dilemma for the bowler. What is my option? What do I go for? off the shorter boundary. If I bowl the off cutter, it'll be spinning into the arc of Van der Dussen, so the better option might just be the Yorker at high speed. No, the slow ball, and works an absolute trick. 42 for 3.
That is outstanding stuff from Cummins. He's now done. He's finished his spell. Last over going for only 4. I wonder how crucial that's going to be at the end of the day here at Port Elizabeth. We've highlighted Kane Richardson because his numbers are quite extraordinary. Consider what has been going on here, going at just over 5s. But Cummins, look at that, 7.75, his last over going for 4. That could be a match-winning over if you really want to break it down even further. I'm big into my little game breakers in these sort of situations. If you get a situation where, for example, in that first game, and we showed it right at the start of the game, I think you called for it, Sean, where Mitchell Starc got rid of Quinton de Kock with that magnificent delivery. I was on air at the time, and the first T20 in the Wanderers. I mean, that was a game breaker. If you can do something special to get rid of a key player, that can win a game. Just a little incident like that can really turn something. Now, those 6 balls going for 4 only could really turn this game. Means they've got to play catch up here. They need to kick in a gear and get a couple of boundaries, South Africa.
You do see the value of those first 6 overs as well, and how important it was for South Africa to get off to a good start with Quinton at the crease. There's no doubt that the surface has slowed up, and with the older ball, it's very difficult if you bowl the cutter and land it in the right area to get it away. I'm surprised that Starc didn't continue from this end. Big adjustment for him to come from the duck pond end in the next over. So where can they find boundaries? They can't use the pace, they can't play the laps.
Starc is there. They're going to have to come back for second. They do that. Boundaries. They need boundaries now. Got to pump up this total. Good work from Australia.
I thought this time they'd be going for the Yorkers, trying to get the ball nice and full, but because of the off-cut has been so effective and the lack of pace on the surface, they'll be probably hitting length more than anything else. It does make difficult. Can't get anyone really down to paddle it across. Past that man at short 45. A bit of a change of field that we're waiting for. Steve Smith now going into the onside.
Van der Dussen on strike. Solid. Straight to the man though, on the bounce. So stay with me throughout the rest of this T20. Just have a look at the various game breakers that come into play. If Warner falls cheekily again, that's a game breaker. Smith as well, another one. Then it puts pressure back on Australia. So 4 runs off the last over. Halfway through this, only 4 from it up until now.
Really is good bowling this from Australia. They've got the perfect tactics going at the moment. 4 off the last over, 4 off the first 4 deliveries from Richardson as well, and South Africans really struggling to get things away. Missed timed shots, plays and misses.
Richardson again. Yeah, we certainly got to give him enormous credit, Richardson, making the fielders come into play, making the batsmen hit to the fielders, not going over the fielders. He's been amazing today. He's 1 ball shy now of completing his spell. He's only conceded 21 runs.
We'll see from South Africa as well, as they'll try and bounce as many of the throws back to the wicketkeeper Quinton de Kock as possible, trying to get the ball as soft as possible. Once it's got soft, it really has been difficult to get away.
That's high. fielder underneath it. Should take the catch. Does take the catch. Richardson has been rewarded. That is a magnificent spell from Kane Richardson. He has been absolutely superb today. It's the end of van der Dussen, and Richardson can get these accolades from his teammates.
It's actually quite funny. I was watching Kane Richardson as the ball was in the air. His last ball of his spell, he bowls a slow delivery into the surface. It gets whacked up in the air. And as the ball's on its journey to the man at deep mid wicket to be taken by Ashton Agar, he's almost walking over to the umpire to go and pick up his hat.
Pretty reasonable job, van der Dussen. 26 balls with 37. I'm sure he would have liked a couple more boundaries. A couple of sixes, a couple of fours, that's all. Pite from beyond now. At the non-strikers end. Here we go, the last over, 147 for 4. Low full toss. Will come back for 2. They've got to make sure they keep David Miller on strike. He's got to hit boundaries.
It's been there for 11 deliveries. Miller hasn't managed to get a boundary away as yet. There's the back of a length slow ball. Contact was decent, but not enough to take it over the fence. Richardson, there you go, the ball's still in the air. He's just walking back to the umpire. No big celebration, just grab a cap, off you go. That's a day's job done.
He's done a great job too. Low full toss again. Again, straight to the fielder. Just the one. Good fielding. They are quick on the boundary as well. Gee, the Australians have done a really, really good job.
A lot of attention to detail, making sure you get your strongest fielders in the most likely positions at the death. You're going to be the full deliveries and the cutters. All gets dragged away. Make sure that Steve Smith, David Warner, all in those valuable, important fielding positions. 4 million on the strike, and you do think the best delivery from Mitchell Starc first up would be a cutter into the middle of the surface. Ball holding in the pitch will make it very difficult for a man who's just arrived at the crease to get it away.
Oh, that's nicely played, but there is a man there. Oh, it's a fumble, and it's gone for 4. There's a bonus.
Nicely played. It wasn't the off-cut at 140 kilometers per hour, and Million takes his life into his own hands. Get down, plays the paddle, gets it away nicely. The contact was superb, but quite close to the vicinity of where Kane Richardson was situated. And he'll be disappointed. Went down, knock on, scrum down, ball to the boundary.
Van Bouillon is off the mark and is on strike still. Can they get 10 runs off these last 3 balls? Maybe even 12 with a bit of luck. Solid, but straight to the sweeper. Just the one. Brings Miller back on strike. They know that Miller will be looking to go straight down the ground. That's always his big run-scoring shot zone in these sort of situations. That's why he's beginning those low full tosses. Hard to get under those low full tosses from Mitchell Starc at this sort of pace too. Over 140 k's per hour. 2 balls left in the innings. Some bowling. Let's have a look at Starc at the death. Full tosses. Slower delivery. That was sliced away for 4. A little bit wide that time. That last one from Starc.
Normally he's really, really good at getting them in that area, so he'll be disappointed with that. Is one of his real strengths, Mitchell Starc at the back end.
Here's the last delivery of the innings. It's got underneath that. Has it gone for 6, or is it out? It is not out. And they come back for a couple. That is very clever stuff down on the boundary. Just a little bit of a slip there, I think, from Stephen Smith. Might have cost him the catch in the end.
Pat van Villiers made some good contact, nearly went all the way, and Steve Smith, going with the technique that's used so productively around the world, takes the catch, worried about going over the boundary, lobs it up, and it's just the ankle tap from the KFC cushion that makes sure he doesn't get back to complete the catch. 2 runs for the South Africans.
Oh, those little ankle taps, they work all the time. Really good hit. Got underneath that nicely. Good game awareness. Just have a look at him catch himself. There it is. Otherwise, he would have taken the catch. Quick, get the ankle. There it is. Outstanding stuff from Smith. In the end, it was a couple. The last 5 overs, by the way, 36 runs. That's what they scored. Ended up with 158 for 4. So they won't be particularly happy with the last 5 overs. They have posted a total. But what a interesting innings that was. South Africa out of the block so quickly and played so well. And then Australia back in. South Africa got away again, and then Australia back in.
Yeah, South Africa win the toss, decide to bat first. Quinton de Kock led from the front, 70 off his 47. Other contributions from the men. Van der Dussen probably the best of those, 37 of 26. But life did change for the South Africans out there. The ball came on nicely with the new ball in the hand in the first 6 overs, but as soon as the Australians changed the game plan, the spinners came into the mix and the off-cutters were bowled, it was really difficult for the South Africans to pick up boundaries. 158, I would think that's below par. I think 170 probably would have been more like total South Africa were after, but it's competitive, particularly if they bowl well and improve on what was an average bowling performance at the Wanderers.
I think the important thing as well, South Africa will certainly know how to bowl on the surface. Now, Australia did that very well, and there's no doubt that Kane Richardson was just magnificent. 2 for 21 off his 4 overs, 10 dot balls as well, so that's really good work from him. Agar going at 7s, didn't pick up a wicket today. Got a whole host of wickets in the first game, and all those numbers from the bowlers, the economy rates were looking very untidy after 7 or 8 overs. They all look fairly good considering the situation at the start of the innings. So pretty good stuff from the Australian bowlers, and Richardson in particular. But the South Africans will have bowled on this surface so many times before, they will know exactly how to bowl at Port Elizabeth, and that is what Australia require. 159 runs to win the series, by the way, so it's one that South Africa have to win to make it 1-1, and they need a required run rate of 7.95. We have outstanding conditions here in Port Elizabeth. This is going to be a wonderful match to watch. 159 to win it is.
Someone's with Alinta Energy?
Yeah, of course. Aren't you?
Yeah, especially with their great energy deals.
Either of you guys seen my wicket-keeping
gloves? Get a great energy deal. Switch to Alinta Energy, supporting your home team.
Bet365. Everything you'll ever need to bet on sport.
match live. Alerts. Live streaming. But don't just take our word for it. See for yourself at the world's favorite online betting company.
Gamble responsibly.
Toyota Camry. Defy expectation. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Special K. Rise with us. Rise with protein for muscle. Rise with iron for energy. Set goals, then kick them. Special K, powering you.
I had one of my apprentices tell me, you know, you can regrow your hair these days. I didn't sack him. Check it.
Reached your turning point? The doctors at Ashley and Martin can help regrow your hair.
Always make a good impression.
Connecting Bluetooth.
Or just be yourself. Change the rules. The new look Toyota CHR. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
There's nothing better than actually looking at a project and that feeling of completion when you've actually done it and knowing that you've saved the money, you've done it yourself, and you get to enjoy it.
Holman Spotlight Value Pack, only $99. Ryobi 18-volt lawnmower kit, $399. Karcher handheld steam cleaner, $139. 5-litre Cabot Aquadeck Ready Bucket, just $89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stock item will beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
Stay.
Iron Jack.
Water first.
Iron Jack. Thirst crushing refreshment.
Welcome back to St. George's Park. Before we talk about what's happening here, we have to show you what's happened over in Australia in the T20 World Cup there, the Women's T20 World Cup. England 123 for 8 have been beaten by South Africa 127 for 4. A good chase, actually. I think a couple of balls to spare in that, and some runs for Dane van Niekerk as well as Marizanne Kapp. Dupree in at the end, playing in her 100th T20 International, so she's done fabulously well to get them over the line there. It got a little bit tight as well. Makai Antini's alongside me. Important for them to start off well, and they've won their first game.
For me, with the team that they play against, England is one of the biggest teams when it comes to their into their group, and then beating them up. Man, South Africa, everybody, look on your television, see when South Africa plays again, and please support the ladies of South Africa. They're doing a good job for their country.
Yep, and they did well in the previous World Cup as well. They're playing against Thailand, and that's their next game, and they'll hope that they can get 2 on the bounce. There's 2 teams that qualify. There are 5 in each group, so 2 teams that qualify to go through to the next stage, and they'll be already, I know it's just 1 gone, they'll be looking forward to getting through to the next bit. Back here then to St. George's Park, and it's 159 that Australia require in order to win this one. Australia chase those down, they win the series. Makai, let's talk about what just happened, and I guess where to start in chronological order is with Quinton de Kock and the way he played, because he was on fire.
For me, I think, you know, Queenie, you know, when you say captain, my captain, he really pulls the team together. If he doesn't perform, you can see that the team really, they don't do well. But the moment he makes runs, everybody, I mean, I was standing on the other side of the field and then seeing from the distance running in, you know, it's almost like he wants to be there. He wants to do good for South Africa. And then Queenie, you know, 70, you know, it's one of those games that you as a person that is not here, you have missed out.
Now, in watching him play this and talking about the way that his innings went, in the end, it's not too many deliveries he faces, but the innings slows down. Did he make the pitch look better than it was because of how good it is? How good he is, do you think?
you know, we've seen that it happens in almost everybody. We watch England, we watch them, you know, Australia playing in the last game. And I think Queenie, when his head is switched on, he can make anything looks very easy. And then I think as well, you know, the Australians, they actually identified that. They started bowling very slow to him. He missed and hit, you know, a couple of them where you think that if he can get a bet out in one of those, he could have, actually we said he could have made 100.
Yeah, first 6 really good, and then as you go on from there, Australia seemed to come back and get South Africa going round at about 6 and 7 and over, seeming to slow it all down. Rassie van der Dussen is someone else you spoke about.
Yeah.
Is it all about boundary hitting when you come to 2020 cricket?
The overs are one of the things that I think they really get into batsmen. You know, when they look at the scoreboard, they have 5 overs and they're 113 on the board. You know, they are forced to get a boundary, you know, but I think, you know, it's not all about the boundaries, but if the board is allowing you to do that.
Okay, and they did have a good partnership together, and in essence, do you feel at this stage that they'd be happy with the score that they have on the board? Is 159 a good total, or do you feel that it's a smaller total?
I think that's par. We all know, you know, the way that Australia plays. And I think if South Africa can be clever enough, when they bring in the spinners, they tell them they mustn't bowl too quick. They must be able to adjust and bowl a little bit slower. Let the batsman come to you. This wicket will actually assist them much more than, you know, wonders, because it's very slow. Even from the seamer's point of view, if they can be able to hit the good length, being able to make sure that they don't give them, you know, a free runs, South Africa can really defend it, because this ground here, you can defend anything.
Tell me who the examples would be. And if you look at the way that Australia bowled and the way that they went about their attack up at the front as well as in the middle, who do you think they would have learned from South Africa as the bowlers?
You know, I think the spinners, they've done it very well. If you look at that, Stark didn't get wickets. So that's one of the things that the seamers, if they can really see in that the spinners will be more effective, you know, than the seamers. What they need to do from the seamers' point of view, they need to vary their paces, hitting the right length. Don't just put the ball. You must bowl it even you're bowling a slow ball. You know, that's one of the things that I think, you know, they need to make sure that they are doing. To deceive a batsman is not about putting the ball there. It's to bowling the ball even though you are bowling a slow ball.
Yeah, and there were quite a few slower balls that actually did the trick. Now, if you're Australia and you've watched and you're waiting for slower balls, does that make it difficult then for South Africa? Because there's the expectation of what you're bowling and they're looking out for it.
It will be difficult for me. We can't you know, around the bushes about it. You know, I think, you know, from the Australian point of view, they will be waiting for those varies. You know, they're going to be making sure that they wait for them to put them our way. If you see it as well from Queenie's point of view, he couldn't get the ball out of the square in a couple of times. There were balls that he was hitting it, they just fell anywhere.
Conditions. Yeah, we'll look around and perhaps we'll look at the bowling figures first of all. Most impressive, no doubt, Kane Richardson came in, he got a wicket, he got a couple actually today, and the secret for him was those slow balls that you're talking about, but the spinners going well. The way the conditions are as well for Australia, their adjustment from a quick pitch over in Johannesburg to this one.
You know, there's a massive difference. We all know that. You know, the conditions are really suited them. I'm talking from the spinner's point of view. The seamers, they didn't do well. Yes, we've seen one of them actually. He's the only one that really got the wickets. Even then, it's at the back of the end, you know, of the innings by using the slow balls. But he didn't just bowl. You know, he actually put them in the right area so they can really challenge South Africa to try and hit over the top. And then that's where South Africa, I think, you know, they really lost it. And then from the South African point of view, when they bowl, if they watch how Australia did, they can really be successful in this one.
Now, we stood here and you said you expected more from the trio that played in the previous game for South Africa in terms of the bowlers. I give you the opportunity now and say, Makaya, roll the years back. You're leading South Africa's attack again. What is it that you're stressing to them, and who are you looking towards as you go out here to start this defense?
Firstly, your captain is number one. He's a person that needs to tell you if you are bowling in the wrong length. It's the one that needs to tell you if your line is not very good. And then I think when you're talking about the Simmons, you're talking about the likes of Kagiso, you're talking about the likes of Ngidi, they need to communicate. That's one of the things that I think South Africa, they are lacking on. One bowler will come in and bowl, and then when he finishes, that's it. Nobody actually come and talk to them. You know, they need to start establishing that. They'll say knows it. We used to have their hawk and say, guys, let's work together. Let's make sure that if you see me doing, you know, something that we're not supposed to do it, don't hesitate. Run and come and say, even if you're passing whoever that is next to you, to pass on to you, because you are the one that is seeing it better. You know, that's one of the things that I think South Africa, they need to develop it to go forward.
The pressure of this, it's big, no doubt, because you lose here, the series is gone.
Yep.
So these are the type of games that people want to play in because it means a whole lot is on the line. How to ensure then that you're controlling the nerves and you enjoy the atmosphere, but also can stay in the zone, so to speak, to ensure that you can bowl properly.
South Africa, for me, they can win any game anywhere. But we've seen that in Ngidi defending 7 in East London. And then I think if they can believe as well that they can defend any kind of the game, you know, it doesn't matter where they play. This the type of game where the score is not as much as you suppose, you know, to say almost you're chasing 200. This is a typical score that if they are ready, they can easily do it.
Okay, Makayantini says they can do it, provided they're ready and they're on the money. Have to bowl better than they did in Johannesburg. Will they? We'll wait and see. Firepower up at the top for Australia. Big time. Can they win? We'll find out in just a bit.
Special K. Rise with us. Rise with protein for muscle. Rise with iron for energy. Set goals, then kick them. Special K, powering you.
The exhilaration you feel on the road comes from the limits we push on the track. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Stay. Iron Jack.
Water first. Iron Jack. Thirst crushing refreshment.
ICC Women's T20 World Cup. February 21 to March 8. Adults from $20, kids just $5. Get your tickets today at T20worldcup.com.
It was a Skype call back home. Nani just came out with it. Where is your beautiful hair gone?
Thanks, Nani.
Reached your turning point? The doctors at Ashley and Martin could help regrow your hair.
Toyota Camry. Defy expectation. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
I live on the edge. The very edge of performance. Yeah, that's what it feels like to be in my shoes. The way I live my life, it's all about performing at my best. Life in my shoes always feels the very edge of performance. Yeah, live on the edge.
Welcome once more to St George's Park in Port Elizabeth, the second innings of the second KFC T20 between South Africa and Australia. South Africa got off to a flying start. Quinton de Kock won the toss, chose to bat and took on the Australian attack. He was quite brilliant. He got to 30 in no time, 14 balls. But then the Australians got the grips with him, slowed him down, slowed the whole run rate down, so much so that a score of what appeared to be something close to 200 became just 158 in 20 overs. Therefore, the Australians need to go at all but 8 and over to win this second match and take the series, and the pitch looks very good. It'll be hard not to make them favourites. What the South Africans will have to do is bowl as cleverly as the Australians did when the ball gets a little softer. Two powerful players at the top of the order, amongst the most powerful in the world, Aaron Finch and David Warner. Warner out second ball the other night, undone by Dale Steyn. Loves batting in this country, loves taking on the South Africans. Okay, it's going to be KG Rabada with the new ball. Dale Steyn's one of the players rotated out of the side tonight. Umpires being very strict about the start time, that's why we've been delayed here. .159 off 120 balls. Warner on strike to Rabada. And Sean Pollock is the man alongside me.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. It's going to be a really important session this for both teams. I feel this is the opportunity for Australia. The ball hard coming on. We saw how good Quinton de Kock was up in those first 5 overs in particular, able to hammer the ball away. As it gets softer, it's going to be a lot more difficult. And I think that part of the discussion for the Australian team would have been, we need to put the South African bowling lineup under pressure in the first part of the innings. It's a game plan that fits into the equation with regards to the two at the crease. They love to play with the freedom. It's an important 5 or 6 overs.
It's tight, and that's a good run. I think he was making it. Rabada's started nicely. I know it sounds ridiculous, only 2 balls bowled, but you got to start nicely in a short form game like this. You get off to a bad start and it gets away from you, and it's very hard to drag it back. When the side bats with 10 wickets in hand over a 20 over period on a good pitch, they've really got license to play as freely as they want. It's so unlikely they'd be bowled out, particularly as so many sides bat deep now, and it's that freedom that gives the confidence to play the shots that they do. Third man and long legger up, covers back, so too square leg. They're the boundary riders. Much better start to the other night. South Africans bowled short and wide and paid the heaviest price for it. Rabada nice and straight thus far.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise that KG was introduced later into the equation at the Wanderers. I'm very surprised that they've started with third man after 3 deliveries brought him up, or 2 deliveries brought him up into the circle. Trying to cut down the angle around the wicket there. Kahisa to David Warner. No! And it's who adjusts best. It can be a difficult adjustment here in South Africa when you played some cricket on the half field. The Wanderers, the ball comes on, the surface is quite quick. The altitude, the ball just seems to get you a touch quicker, and when you adjust, you come on a plane, just one maybe net practice, maybe even just some throwdowns, and you into a coastal surface here at St George's Park, a lot slower, ball will grip into the surface. Can you adjust your game plan accordingly?
By no means has Aaron Finch got all of that, but that's one of the shorter boundaries, and that's unfortunate for Rabada. Not that much wrong with the ball. You could argue it's a foot or so over pitched.
It's actually a new slow ball that KG's working on. See, it's one that he rolls out the side of his hand. It actually swung in the air because of the seam position it presented itself as it was on its journey down the wicket. Finch was probably thinking more mid-on. Gets away with it, enough contact to take it over short mid-wicket. First boundary.
Ball's been pinging off the bat today, and especially the new ball. coming on nicely, 8 for no wicket. Another change of bat for Aaron Finch. You spotted a change at the Wanderers. Bats are pressed very differently these days. I doubt it's a change for feel. It'll be a change because of some damage, I think. Smith, Wade, Marsh, Carey, Agar. That's Mitchell Marsh. Sean Marsh not here. Agar, Cummings, Stark, and Richardson. Cummins and Stark both bat very well. So in this form of the game, in fact, we saw Mitchell Stark swing and swing hard at the Wanderers. So it's a very powerful Australian lineup. Only Glenn Maxwell missing from what of those you'd imagine to be certain to play in the World T20 come next October. Elbow injuries, had a bit of surgery. Terrific, exciting all-round cricketer. Here's Anrich Nokia from the Duck Pond end, down that slope.
Yes.
Another change-up of tactic for South Africa. They opened the bowling with Ngidi at the Wanderers. He is playing in the match. Dale Steyn has been rested. Nokia, hometown boy, gets his opportunity on his home ground. Good T20 career so far, averaging just under 21 with the ball. Corner rate pretty good. It's funny, you bowl at 140, 145 kilometers per hour, and you run into bowl your first delivery, no third man, no fine leg. Don't miss your mark. Make sure you're nice and accurate, ready to go.
Well, it's obvious to any eye, I think, how much straighter everybody's tried to bowl tonight. Oh, what a crunch that is. The sound of ball off bat when David Warner gets all of it. Not a murmur from the crowd.
His third delivery of the evening. Looking to clear that front leg into a really strong position. Contact was supreme, like a Scud missile. Didn't get very far off the ground. It was hit with immense power.
Warner might want two and will get two. What good running that is. Nice aggressive start from the Australians. A relatively low target's not right. It isn't low, target of 159, but given the pitch and the boundaries, whether all of those things come together and a good batting side would back themselves, the key is to just push away from the off and to give the opposition a chance to settle. Nakia, big-hearted cricketer now at the end of his run. Bowls pretty darn quick when he's good. Right on it. Saw at times in the Test series, didn't we? He got it up in the mid-140s, touching to 150.
Now look at the speed gun now. That was 125. That was the variation. That was the change-up that he did. He hit some really top speeds. I think he's been a good find for South Africa. We've seen in many of the formats going forward. The South Africans will turn to those variations of trying to mix it up, trying to take the pace off it, particularly as that ball gets softer.
Oh, that's infuriating. You're trying to bowl so tight to David Warner because he's so strong offside when he can throw his arms at the ball. So you want to get it tight, cramp him a bit, force him just to knock it down on the leg side or take a risk that he gets the top edge like he did against Steyn the other night. And you're just a couple of inches out and he's got so much to work with and these boundaries are so short, fine legs up and easy pickings. 19 already, we're 11 balls in. Two gone, 20 for no wicket. Warner's been one of the best T20 players in the world in the last few years. Fine record wherever he's played, and being a great star of the IPL. He and the West Indian Andre Russell frequently up there leading the most valuable player. And of course, one of the former devastating opening partnership with Johnny Bairstow in the last IPL, at least until Bairstow left before the end. Here's Rabada. Crowd needs something to work with here, Sean, and a wicket it has to be.
And they could do with a moment of inspiration from one of the South Africans. Another example of a variation. You also watch for the South Africans trying to throw the ball in on the bounce from the boundary, trying to soften it up as quickly as possible. You know how valuable it would be, and Quinton de Kock was at the crease at the start of the innings, and then in the middle he would have saw the change and how difficult it was. The part I think would kill me as a T20 bowler in the modern era. I used to hate those easy singles. There's a real tendency to get everyone onto the ring, prevent the boundaries, but how, somehow, can you get someone close enough to cut off those singles?
Do you think they're a lesson to batting in the longer form of the game, Test match cricket? But as long as you go, if you hit the ball softly, if you're taking the pace off it when you hit it and you go, very hard to stop a single like that. Shot. Nice to see Warner not try to hit the ball too hard, just waits till it's right at the top of its bounce and sort of pats it down. It's all about finding the gap with boundaries like this.
So it was a nicely played shot. There was a reaction from Quinton de Kock afterwards as if to say, well, what was that option? We weren't looking for the short and wide one. He got it and he dealt with it well. It was just patted it on its head to make sure it went down, but the placement was good.
And again, the ball there is ideal, but Warner has the skill to work with the ball at the middle and leg. He stays leg side of it, gets the blade so open, you can even find a single off it.
There was another example. Do you want your boundary in a circle fielders trying to attack those, trying to cut those singles off? So infuriating when it's a left-hander, right-hander combination that striker rotates.
Yep. Well, they're going at 10 and over here, so it's 2.5, and the score's 28. And they're not having to take a risk, so the answer is yes, you do.
It's tip and run, isn't it? As soon as there's contact made, they just run through for a single. You have to somehow stagger it. One of the fielders with us, with the wicket, or one of the guys behind square on the offside, you have to get close enough just to make it a little bit more difficult.
Well, he's furious as de Kock. You see that? Ooh, that's very rare. South African captain beside himself with the ease of those runs. 29 for no wicket. Well, if you compared the 2 3-over periods and you watch them back, you find the South Africans have played a whole series of phenomenal shots to be 30 off 3. He's so strong. He's only a little guy. That is smoked.
One person in particular, Norkia, at one stage he thought he was going to wear that. It was mighty close. He had no time to react. It was hit with such power. Went past that left side before he knew what had happened. Norkia, right off the middle.
I was saying that the 2 periods, you know, Australia's have come without much glamour. A couple of, I mean, obviously Warner now with that straight drive. Quinton de Kock had to play out of his skin for that 30 off 3. Whereas this pair have manipulated the ball very well. Yes, they're vastly experienced together, but they're very good at this. You've got to face it, very good at it. 34 for none now. 3 overs and 2 balls. A target of 159 to win tonight and take the series. Now they've got in closer, everybody. They've worked it out. You have to think on your feet, T20. I said earlier, every ball's an event. You have to be alive to it and react to it.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment from Quinton. He's got 2 men in closer. When the variation does work, it beats the inside edge, it clatters into the pad. Australia can't just automatically run through for an easy single. It's a much better idea. Look at those 3 guys who've got nice and tight there, trying to cut the singles off. He's going to play the big shots anyway.
It's almost like a sort of pack of hyenas. The field is saving one, they've got to hunt. And they've got to give that impression to the batsman. The batsmen have got to feel them. And then you immediately cause a little hesitation in the search for a single, because you feel that thread around you, and then sometimes that will stop the single being taken. They're only little things, but they all add up.
Got to be a skill that I'm sure teams practice. As your men on the end of the ring, you've got to be there. Often they've had 2 dot balls, so the field went back onto the edge, and Quilly was thinking, let's stop boundaries. But it's got to be a skill that you practice as the ball is hit straight to you. If it's possible, you've got to charge in and attack it. I know sometimes it's with immense pace. On this occasion, it was straight to I do think just 3 or 4 meters forward means the distance you have to throw it, the quicker it gets to you, maybe you can inflict a run out.
This is nice batting in a really considered, intelligent way. Good to watch. 36 for none. Back here from Faf du Plessis with Lungi and Guidi. Noticed the other night at the Wanderers, Faf was eager to help the bowlers. He's talked to Quinton de Kock about this. He doesn't want to get into Quinton's hair. He obviously understands that Quinton's got to make his mark on the team, but du Plessis' vast knowledge and experience shouldn't be wasted. Too short, and this man's too strong. Glorious strike.
Such common practice. New man at the crease. Wow, wow, wow. Are you not going to get the opportunity to settle? Uses his feet straight away. Walks at him, does David Warner. Indeed, cross seam delivery, decides to try and bang it in short with the advancing batsman. Offers up a little bit of width and just hammered away. Brilliant striking from Warner.
That's what pressure does to you.
Getting your momentum going, running down the wicket. Head nice and still when he makes the contact, though. Already the ball slides down the leg side. The second one, he's gone for 7 in 1 delivery. Now trying to change the angle. Can't offer up any width. Third man and far leg in the circle.
Well, this start by the Australians is taking the sting. You can feel it taking the sting out of South Africa. Not just those players on the field, but out of the crowd who so want to get involved here. They need the celebration of a wicket to do that. They have to feel a part of the process. sense the concern. See those fingernails being bitten. Oh, dropped it. It flew through de Kock's gloves. Awful lot to think about as a captain, and that's why keeping wicket at the same time is difficult.
I was just sitting here thinking, what is the option for you as a bowler? And hitting the deck back of a length hard, really trying to get the ball to fizz through is one of those options, and he's done it in Giddy. I've seen delivery again, the ball takes off, gets the edge, and Quinton will be very disappointed with that. Sometimes as a captain, you've got your mind on other things, or whether you should or shouldn't have a field in a different position. But this is disappointment because it's straight to him. It's just beaten him for pace, exploded through the gloves.
No, he got him! Crucial. Now the crowd can go a bit.
And a relieved skipper. Put him down the ball before, but it's cost him barely nothing. The wicket falls on the next delivery. It's a back of a length delivery. Finch looking to give himself a little bit of room, maybe open up the offside, gets the bottom edge onto the stumps. The leg stump is cartwheeled out of the ground. And this is a big moment. This is the opportunity for South Africa to try and get back into the attack.
Ooh, that was a big net backer, wasn't it? Had to have hit one of those cracks. Surely it comes back like an off break. Great length, great lesson in that. Rassie van der Dussen knows that the most relieved man out there is Quinton de Kock. 48 for 1. Steve Smith has taken guard. Strike rate touching on 130 in this form of the game. That's pretty good. Immediately his timing to the 4.
As much as the last two deliveries from Ngidi were good, that last one to Steve Smith to get him from mark wasn't that great. But have a look at this. Hard back of the length, nips back, bottom edge onto the stumps. And after being given a lifeline, South Africa can still celebrate the first wicket of the day.
There's something in that celebration for sure. It's a celebration that says I care. They're all up leg side, all of them. Nobody back leg side. 5 have gone. It's 49 for 1. Change in the commentary box. Tommy's on his way and Hayes is already here.
Next up. Change, run him over.
Neck and neck. South Africa 46 for none. So they have the advantage at this stage. 1 down for Australia right now. And it's a big one. Finch's record in this format is seriously impressive, and he's back in the hut. Pretorius. Shy at the start, certainly wasn't meant to end up at backward square. G'day, Pom.
Hello, mate. How you going? We have a pitch here that I think might suit Dwayne Pretorius. You still have to be right on target because these batsmen will take you down. But with the surface a bit slower, and a lack of pace being difficult to deal with. If he bowls well, if he bowls on target, then he makes things that little bit more difficult than the faster men who just come onto the bat nicely. They only have to miss just a little bit and they'll be hit away using the pace that they have. No luxury like that with Pretorius operating.
50 up now. The thing I like about Pretorius, another shy at the stumps. Gee, they're whizzing this around. Pretorius is one of those guys, and I think in T20 cricket, in any white ball game actually, the captain's got to have someone that he knows he can rely on. And I think there's no doubt that Quinton de Kock put that catch down and the wicket soon after to get rid of Finch, because that was a big let-off. Quinton de Kock needs certainly someone to stabilise things right now. I think that Pretorius is the right guy. It's good work from Warner.
An excellent work from Rabada. He keeps it from going off into the outfield. Fielding's going to be particularly important. The score that's on the board, 158. It's not a huge one. It's probably about par. And so fielding, bowling, catching where there's been a chance that's been put down, it's going to be particularly important.
I see it pretty simple, or pretty simply, Pommy. They've got to make sure that these two guys don't get going. Quick single, easily run on the end. Warner prides himself in the way that he runs between the wickets, his speed over the ground. Smith, we know, is a wonderful player. He's got that technique which is different, but enormously successful. So 4 runs from the over so far from Pretorius. Last ball coming up. Gee, it's just a really, really nice night, afternoon, I suppose, to have a game of cricket. There's that movement advancing down the track this time, and that's good work for Pretorius. 5 from it, 54 for 1.
Power rate power play done. And it's been good work by Finch's men. Yeah, some powerful shots. Overpitched and looking to be straight. South Africa with fine leg and third man up in the circle. A chance that went down. Then hit the stumps. Even Stevens then at this stage.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Pom. It's quite remarkable, really. Ngidi, that 6 off the first ball he bowled, and the way that he came back in that over, that drop catch, and then picked up the wicket. That's really good work from the big fella. Right, now to Smith. Can he shut down Smith? Smith is an awkward customer to bowl to. He's a wonderful player. Oh, it's a nice crack off the bat. You know, Steve Smith refused to, he likes Chinese food. Did you know that, Pom? He refused to have any duck with any Chinese food the night before a game, any game he played. But then he did make a mistake one day and he got a double 100 the next day, so he's lost that superstition now.
Lying again.
It's a true one. I've got another one for you.
Making up fairy tales.
I've got another one for you.
How do I verify this?
He's at the non-strikers end. I'll give you a chance to verify this one. He's the non-strikers in at the moment. Did you know that he tapes his shoelaces to his shins? He gets one of his the medical guys to tape his shoelaces to the shins.
Didn't pick it up. Might well have had a shy at the non-strikers end.
What, didn't pick up the shoelaces, or?
So what, he's got like four pairs of shoelaces?
Let's have a look here, see if we can see it. Can't see any shoelaces around the place. He hates seeing shoelaces flopping around. He was playing for one of the IPL teams, and I think it was Pune, I think, and the trousers were too short, and every time he looked down at his feet, he saw shoelaces all over the place. So he got someone to tape his shoelaces to his shins. He said that well. He said that beautifully. He said that for sex. That is a beauty. He's laced that one for a maximum.
Yeah, short. The line's not good either. It's towards the leg side. Wind blowing in that direction. And it doesn't matter if there's a fielder there or not. It's gone for 6. It's a top shot.
Tucked him up that time. Just the one.
So what? He just walked up to you and told you?
Oh, it's just a bit of research there, Pom. You know, some of us are out and about having meals and, you know, having the odd raspberry or lemonade, but others are, you know, deep in their research.
Thought eating was cheating. You've changed.
He's going to drag this back, Ngidi.
The method, Australia, is just fantastic. You can see the experience of Warner, Smith and Finch in the way that they operate. They're aggressive up at the front, and in each over that they go into, they're looking for a boundary ball and rather take you down than try and sort of defend and look to ensure you don't take them down. And once they get that boundary, make sure of these singles to keep that over ticking and make it a big over. Like that. You look at the running here. You know with where the ball goes that they'll search for 2, and most times they'll get it. 66 for 1.
Yeah, 12 off that over.
Any side you play against in 2020 cricket, it's so important to have wicket-taking ability up at the top, because the best players are nearly always up in that top order, 1, 2 or 3. And if you don't get any of them out, if you only get 1 wicket, then you're in line for being smashed.
If you look at the top 3 for Australia, Warner, Finch and Smith, numbers 1 and 3 there at the moment. If a wicket was to fall now, then you've got Matthew Wade who comes in. Now Mitchell Marsh is after him. He's a bit of a goer. Mitchell Marsh likes playing towards the end of an innings, but Wade is one of those guys, and he plays the Red Bull, the Test game as well for Australia, so his career has been an interesting one and he's done really well. But he will push it around a bit, so he stops that enormous acceleration, whereas these 2 guys, Warner and Smith, they just keep going. They see the game differently. It's as simple as that.
Attack, attack, attack. That's what they do. And South Africa attacking with Tabraiz Shamsi. They have to attack with Tabraiz Shamsi. He's got decent numbers, pretty good numbers. The economy rate just over 7.5. They need him to take wickets. Enjoying the tunes. I love it in 2020s. They come around and they dance around. School kids, everybody.
Good on him. Great to see. He didn't have a good game at the Wanderers. Shamsi, he's got to make sure he gets his line right. That was the problem. He slid too many leg sides. A leg bite to start with. A couple slid down the leg side and were called wides. How are we going with the extra so far? No dramas at this stage. That was unbelievable, actually, if you did the numbers for the game at the Wanderers. The wides they had, the 12 wides, and the runs scored off that extra ball totaled 31 runs. Such a nice buzz around the place now in Port Elizabeth. Nice and full this ground. Great to see it. Doesn't happen very often, actually. Packed in here, enjoying this cricket. Check shot. Intentional to come back for 2. Oh, he had to get the dive in, direct hit. This is going to be interesting now. The South Africans like it, and they like it big.
David Miller's one of the quicker fielders from the South African side. He's also got a very good arm. You'll have him patrolling the deep, the high traffic areas most times. David Warner's quick, is quick enough. It needed a direct hit. You can see David Miller, left of screen, sprawled on the ground as well, and he's got his eyes up in hope that he can hit the target. David Warner, his dive is also in hope that he gets in, and it's Warner that wins the race that time.
That's brilliant from the Davids. Superb from Miller. Look at that touchdown and run. Look at him go. And that desperate dive. Direct hit, I think, would have found him wanting.
On such slight margins. Our innings, our games defined. It's the wicket you want. David Warner, he'll not stop, he'll keep going. Good strike rate. He's got 36 from 25. As a partnership, they make a really good pair, Warner and Smith.
More air that time. It's a good shot. Protection out there though. Loud scream of no this time.
Yeah, just a little more thought that time before turning, touching and turning for the second. Also, because it was towards the beginning of the over, a bit of lactic acid in the legs. Won't be able to run as fast.
What's that?
What's what?
Lactic acid.
You wouldn't understand.
You're dead right, I wouldn't. Right, our last ball of the over. It's a good one too, but it's nicely struck down the ground just for one. Good stuff from Shamsi. 7 from it, 73 for 1. This telecast is going all over the place, all over the cricketing globe. I hope you're enjoying a nice little dose of reality TV. This is reality TV at its best. Top-class sport, sure is entertaining. Locked away at the moment. South Africa, 70 for 1. Australia, just a fraction ahead, that's all. Nothing in it. 86 from 72 balls they need. That's the important equation. Pretorius again.
No, can't afford that. Can't afford it at all, not with the scores as they are. 85 from 71 required now. Everybody, absolutely everybody out there has to be on the money. Nip and tuck game here, and you need to apply pressure any way you can. Two good players together, a wicket required, probably a couple of wickets required. The 1%ers make sure of.
I've just been watching off camera now. Faf du Plessis is getting a bit involved here, just helping out Quinton de Kock. He's got a job to do, Quinton de Kock behind as well. Du Plessis was long on with that delivery, but he's starting to marshal some troops around the place and giving Quinton some assistance. There's been communication between Faf and Quinton. That's one of the jobs that the former captain has to do, just to provide some help when things get a bit frantic out there, which of course they do in this format. Need a wicket.
Need two.
Very soon, in fact. That's clever backing away, bringing in the sweeper.
Never actually seen it in Mexico. Mexican wave though, going around the ground. Never been to Mexico.
Well, you know what it feels like. I love it.
What about your research and why it's called the Mexican way?
I'll come back to you. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's also clever. He knew where he had to hit that.
It's beautiful batting. Still room for batsmanship in this format of the game, not just crash, bang, wallop. Watch him go across here. Walks into his line and then just goes over the off stump. And that's on about middle. And he's going, yeah, I like that. Yeah, a little wink to him as well. Hey. Come again.
Oh, Warner slapped. He slapped direct hit. Oh, that would have been interesting. Du Plessis backing up superbly. Throw it around, boys. It's like a baseball match out there at the moment. That would have been fine.
What about that little jig there?
I don't know if he picked up the call of 2. That's what he wanted, was never 2 there. This is good footing from the South Africans. Anticipation is really good from the boys with the green bottoms. 81 for 1.
The boys with the green bottoms.
Well, I was going to say the guys in yellow. And I went, hang on a second, they're both in yellow. Why is that? Why are they both in yellow?
Oh, man.
Let's get them in green, one of them.
That's gold, my friend.
This partnership hasn't got away just yet. 33 off 26. Shamsi again. A little leg side, got away with that. Smith will feel he was unlucky.
Normally the man, it's the spin that does it in this format. A lot of the time the spinners are dangerous. The spinners are potent. They're the ones that get you breakthroughs. That's what Quinton de Kock wants from Shamsi here. No, it's what he needs from Shamsi. Into his second over, economical to this point. That's not really going to help. He wants potency, wants a wicket, wants 2 wickets. They're trying to keep it together in the change room. Ducks. Lots of paddling under the water.
There's no such thing these days as surprise actions. Shamsi, we know, is unique with his action, but these guys have seen him so many times. I've watched a few videos. The blokes who wouldn't have played against him previously watched a couple of videos. Some guys don't like to watch too much. They won't be too bothered. They'll wait till they get out there. I do think the one thing we haven't seen from Shamsi, which he needs to bowl more, is that wrong-un. Just to get a little bit more of an element of surprise into his game. Halfway through, just a couple off the over. It's good work from Shamsi so far. I think it's quite remarkable watching Steve Smith closely, the way that he's worked out his technique. When he's playing against the guys like Rabada and Geedy, the quicker bowlers, he just has that little bit more time than most. Almost anyone, I suppose. He doesn't mind playing that.
Close.
Spent a whole summer in club cricket batting right-handed to please his coach one year. And no, Pommy, I didn't make that up.
Yes! Clearly you made everything else up. 84 for 1.
It's locked away. Mackay Ntini and Sean Pollock in the commentary box.
Nicely dragged away to start the over. Good last over that from Shandy, just 3 from it. South Africa need quite a few of those. The ball getting older, getting softer. We saw how effective cutters were for the Australians in the South African innings once the ball got softer. The crowd has broken into voice of the national anthem, trying to motivate the troops on the field.
Yes, probably he bowled very well, and I think they're listening to us when we're talking about bowl a little bit slower. For the reason that the wicket does not turn as much as it should be. There's no pace coming out of the wicket. Same thing, Pretorius needs to make sure that he varies pace as well.
That's nicely cut off. We saw in the last over, he slid one down the leg side. It got worked away nice and fine and went to the boundary.
In that case, when Smith is facing, what do you think? If Pretorius will come around and force him to do that. So if he misses it, he can hit the stumps. Because he knows that if you're bowling over and he does that, it's easier for him.
One chipped in the air as it goes down the ground. I just think that he might not be able to get a pitch on the stumps in order to try and trap him in front. Pretorius doing a decent job here. 2.4 overs, 0 for 17. South Africa, once they'd seen the way the surface played, would have probably thought it might have been a better option to have played a second spinner, but Pretorius is almost operating in spinner mode. Lots of off-cutters. Australia required rate just basically 7.5 to the over, so as long as they continue to pick up comfortable singles, they're on target.
That I can say that looking in the monitor in front of us, you can see the variation, slower ball, off cutters, everything. Pretorius is mixing his pace up beautifully.
A little bit of width, and that's superbly played. It'll make its way to the boundary. Just waited for it to come to him. Opened the bat face. That's quality from David Warner. 93 for 1.
With that one, Paul, it could be easy to see, the pace of it. Because with everyone that he has bowled, he bowled all of them, the variation of it, and then he was hit on the ground, straight in front of him. That one is a little bit wider. That was a cutter as well.
So 66 or 54 balls, all in favour of Australia. South Africa, they need wickets. It's the only way they can do some damage. These two at the crease. Running between the wickets has been good. Rotation of the strike has been good. South Africa need to back up whatever good bowling they might manage to accomplish with some quality fielding. There's an example from Kagiso Rabada. Just pitching outside the line. It's a good start to the over.
You look where Smith is standing, Paulie. He's almost like he's standing on that fourth stump, outside leg stump. So he gives himself a room, where Shams is bowling. And then when the seamers are bowling, he goes across.
That one's a little bit of a mo. Inside edge, down square of the wicket. Mike Hazen was touching on the fact that not many googlies A spin variation from Shamsi, and maybe he could introduce more just to keep batsmen guessing. Try and make it a little bit more difficult on what delivery he's trying to pick. That is a brilliant delivery. Absolutely brilliant. I think the pace of it was so good. 84 kilometers per hour, it gripped in the surface.
Wow, that rolled. That's very good bowling from Shamsi.
Right-handed attempted shot just for a single this time again. Really has been a quality 5 deliveries from the South African spinner. Can he get out of the over? Or can he even have a bigger bonus of a wicket? Very comfortable playing the right-handed shots. We've seen it. It's almost a double hit. I think it was a double hit. Squirts away, just be a single. After 12 overs, South Africa were 95 for 2. Australia 96 for 1.
It's only 1 run separate them. Good thing we still had a Queenie at that time. Australia, David Warner and Smith. Warner 47, Smith on 28.
Yeah, that's how close it was. It was difficult for South Africa in the middle. Got to a good start, but didn't manage to finish as strongly as they would have liked. Ending up on 158. Australia 9 wickets in hand. I think the key for South Africa is the wickets, because the new batsmen at the crease will find it a lot more difficult to get going. This partnership is 49 or 45 deliveries. 2 men settled at the crease on 47 and 29. A new man comes in, all of a sudden South Africa can get the fielders in, can build some pressure, make it difficult for Australia.
But probably, how will South Africa get that wicket? That's the question.
Yeah, I think they're looking for a mistake from one of the batsmen. This could be it. Oh, did he get some bat on it? We'll have to wait and see. If he did, it's a missed opportunity. No. Decides that it didn't come off any part of the bat or glove. 50 partnership between the two of them. Yeah, off the thigh pad. Popped up in the air. I'm not too sure Quinton de Kock was sure whether it was off glove or not. Could be close. Oh, is it a brilliant catch? Faf du Plessis seems to think he's taken it cleanly. He may just send this upstairs, but if he has, that is absolutely brilliant. It was hit with such a flat trajectory, difficult on the boundary to make the yards in and then launch yourself forward. And Faf du Plessis done exactly that. This could be the wicket South Africa are after. Steve Smith, he's going nowhere. Umpire Jele says, can we have a look?
Yes, we just talk about that, Paulie. How South Africa will they get the second wicket? Smithy didn't hesitate.
Yeah, the soft single, which is important, was out. So unless there's some conclusive evidence to say that it has bounced, it'll stay with the on-field decision. Yeah, not even close. That's brilliant for Faf du Plessis. Absolutely brilliant. Moving forward, you can see he's made some 10 or 12 meters forward. He celebrates as he lies on the ground, and could that be the all-important breakthrough for South Africa? Smith goes for 29 of 26. Pretorius, the man who picks up the wicket. Australia now find themselves 98 for 2.
That's a big wicket. Smith He can be dangerous. Victoria said, that's a knuckleball, Polly. Didn't get there. And Smithy decided he's not going to wait. He's going to lash on top of it. Faf du Plessis didn't make any mistake.
Well, David Warner's going to be on strike. Carey, the next man at the crease. I'm surprised. I wouldn't have think they would have had the time to cross over there once that catch was taken. As David Warner, Pretorius has been good. That's exactly what South Africa didn't want, exactly what Australia did. A powerful shot to the leg side that takes Warner to his 16th T20 50.
He's a danger man. Warnie. He can really punish the teams that he plays against when he's in the mood.
Yeah, good strike rate. 5-4s, 1-6. So powerful, David Warner, and when he gets the right length and manages to get it away, it goes with some real pace. A bit of a top spinner, but the placement supreme, and he's matched it with some wonderful running between the wickets to take him to that 50 milestone. Left-handed Carey at the crease. All of a sudden the field changes, men in close trying to cut off the singles. That'll be 4 overs, 1 for 29 for Pretorius. Decent day at the office for him. Australia 104 for 2.
Well, ball Pretorius. He can really show that he wants to do good for South Africa. Pick up the important wicket of Smith. Yes, Faf. We know that you won't lie. That gets through your hands. You can see everyone is happy. They were really starting to drift, not knowing when they're going to get another wicket. Because Australia were running very, very well in between the wickets.
Shamsi's done a great job. New man at the crease. And he built some pressure on Carey. First sweep, doesn't get it away. All the fielders all of a sudden have increased the intensity. They understand the importance of this time. There's the catch again. I'm not so sure David Warner managed to cross over by the time that ball got to Faf du Plessis. But what a very good catch, launching himself forward. Very difficult thing to do. Sweep straight to the man at 45. That's really good running. Understanding the awareness of the new man at the crease. He might be feeling the pressure start to build him, and Warner was down the pitch, quickly through. Get himself back on strike to settle his partner down.
Running between the wickets, Australia, they've been very, very good. They've seen that the boundaries are not coming. Only way that they can get the runs is to run. Shamsi has been very, very good. He's on his 4th over, just 13 runs. If South Africa had another spinner, I think that would have made a massive difference. If Shamsi can do it that way.
It has been an impressive spell, Mickey. They would have loved to have been able to make a substitution. John Smuts had played, he might have been able to bowl.
I think the first time that 2020 came, there was, a substitution where a bowler that is finished to bowl, he can come out. He's either the batsman goes in, or another bowler.
You look at the comparison, South Africa after 13.5, 112, Australia 107. Both teams had lost 2 wickets. It just shows you that it does get more difficult when that ball gets softer. And then you get some new men at the crease. Shamsi, 3.5 overs, 0 for 15. It's been brilliant. And he finishes strong. Try and cut it off. But as has been the trend throughout this Australian innings, the running between the wickets has been superb. 109 for 2. We've seen some wonderful power play from Warner, but this is the part of the game that often isn't given enough credit to David Warner. His ability just to rotate the strike, knock it into areas, get through for comfortable singles. It's a momentum that continues to build. So we've seen the rotation of the strike. Here's some of the bludgeoning, because earlier on his 3rd delivery, that one showed some deft touches as well. But he's so strong, pocket rocket. This is lots of power, and it's a bit of a nemesis for many a bowler in the T20 format. Puts them under immense pressure.
South Africa bowling lineup. Rabada 2 overs for 17, Noki 2 overs for 14, Gidi 2 overs for 25. It's been expensive. Pretorius bowl 4 overs for 29 for 1 wicket.
He's going to have to be clever, Mackie.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be clever now when he comes on. Can't afford to give pace. He'll have to try and mix things up off cutters. Oh, that one just dips. He would have thought it was coming back with a bit more pace than that. It's one of those slow balls out the back of the hand almost that did him, because it came off the bat with no power at all and just died on Nokia.
Exactly what you just talked about there, Polly. He needs to be clever. First ball striked between his hands. That was not even closer.
There's something he's going to have to work on, though. You see how early he shows what delivery he's going to bowl. As he gets almost into his gather, you can see his fingers are gripped in a different position. It does give a bit of a cue to the batsman. But the asking rate for Australia, just basically 8.5 to the over. So no real need at this stage to take massive risks. Plenty of batting to come, and Warner will be fancying that if he's there for another 2 or 3 overs, the odd boundary will present itself. South Africa have to try and string together lots of dot balls and build pressure against the new batsman. The underedge serving him well. Must be lovely to bat with Warner, Mackie. Every time you just get bat and ball, he's through for a single.
He's already passed you as a bowler. You're on your follow through. I've been seeing South Africa bowling Yorkers at all, but watching when they're warming up, it's almost like they were practicing, you know, bowling Yorkers. But since they bowled today, I haven't seen even a single one. All they did is just, you know, bowling the cutters.
But you don't think it's a surface where the cutters might be more effective? If you get a Yorker wrong, it's pace on the ball. So that might be why they're scared. I did see them practicing as well.
Scared.
singles from the over.
It's been good as long as there's no boundaries. Singles. They won't do much for South Africa.
Oh, brilliant. Absolute brilliant Peter Fielding. Cut off the boundary, but ends up with the throw, giving away the second. Good over. 7 runs from it, 116 for 2. There's the width, cuts it, and we're thinking, oh, is it going to get away? No. Balloon cuts it off, but the zealousness to throw it at the stumps gives away a second. So comparatively, South Africa 6 runs ahead of where Australia are. A bit difficult to work out which is which, but I can tell you the one with the wicket on the top is South Africa. 6 runs, 122 for 3 they were. Australia 116 for 2. 5 overs to go. Time for a change of voice. Mark Hazeman, Pommy Mbanga.
Thanks, Sean. Ngidi. He's picked up 1 wicket so far, been expensive. What's the need? Wickets. Have they got another one? South Africa got another wicket. Oh, no, they haven't. 6 runs it is. Katz was taken inside.
He'll be absolutely kicking himself here, Faf du Plessis. And Giddy will be thinking, oh, why me all the time? So he was going to throw it back. The reason he doesn't is because his heels touch the boundary. So he knows it's futile to chuck it back, but he hasn't measured exactly where he needs to be. It's not an easy catch, but he would expect himself to take that.
You said it, he'll be livid. Catch above his head. Foot inside the boundary line, it's out. That's what he would have expected to do. Call is 2. It's almost a walk back for 2. The way that Warner's running between the wickets here, this is extraordinary running between the wickets. South Africa scored only 36 runs in the last 5 overs. That's going to hurt them here unless they get Warner. Unless they get Warner very soon. Stump. Good stuff, Ngidi. That is exactly what they needed. A wicket right now.
It's happening exactly the same way as before. Have a catch dropped and then still take the wicket. You're right, Hayes. A wicket needed, much needed. Looking to make some room for himself as Alex Carey does that. And is beaten and leg stump cartwheels back. Got to keep making it difficult for the new men that come in. Totally new game at the back end. And it's a good start, that, by Lungi Ngidi. Carey gone for 14. It's 1-2-4 for 3.
He doesn't mind a bit of a dip. Mitchell Marsh, big strong lad. Got a reputation as a bit of a finisher. Likes these sort of situations. Strike rate, national level, is not as high as it would be at state level. So Mitchell Marsh in the middle now. He's got some work to do for Australia. South Africa need more action. Good stuff from Ngidi.
Another look at the wicket. Yeah, just looking to make room and go offside. He's only looking for one, really. Watch the ball's that full, but he's hoping for better length so he can work the ball offside and get it past the third man.
Did you see that girl in the crowd?
Yeah.
She's brilliant. Two balls left in the over. It's nice and straight. Marsh is away with a single only.
No ball called. Naughty. Very naughty.
Naughty? Sent him to the corner for a week. Can't do that in this situation. He didn't.
Oh, hello.
He didn't do it. That's not a no ball.
Oh, hello. Surely you can change that call. Can you not?
Adrian Holdstock. Come in, Adrian Holdstock, TV umpire.
Hold on. Stop him. Somebody say something. Come on.
Can't stop him.
You've got to stop it.
Can't do it.
Now. You still can.
It's a free hit. Oh, it's a good delivery.
He caught it as well. Was it a double hit? Aliuddin Palika. You're fortunate there, boss. I think he might have said as much to Lungengidi as he walked back.
I wonder if he got a message through his walkie-talkie.
I think he would have. Perhaps a little bit too late to stop it.
Right, last ball coming up now. He wasn't happy. It's good stuff from Ngidi. It's going to be an expensive over in the end, but it also picked up a wicket. 11 from it. 127 for 3. Mexican wave, by the way, Pommy, was first seen in Mexico in 1986 during the Football World Cup.
You know that I knew that, don't you?
Can't work out why they called it the Mexican wave.
Oh, wow. You're so random.
I tell you what, it'd be quite interesting if they get a wicket now, because who's going to come in next? Wade has been on the slide here.
They need a wicket now. Make the choice, of course you go for Warner, but you take any wicket right now.
What's the score, Pom?
127 for 3.
Where was South Africa, Pom?
127 for 3.
Here we go.
Did I get it right, teacher?
You did. Righto.
Yeah, it just says, I tell you what, we make light of it, but it says it's a whole new game at the back end. You've got to be up with the energy. You've got to make sure you get it right. Fight every ball.
Rabada, one of the best quicks around. Got some real tap at the Wanderers. He'll want to make sure he comes back strong today. What a game we've got in our hands at the moment. Single off the first ball brings Marsh on strike. Also very important to have the right guys in the right positions. Those that long on and long off are key players. Got to be key catchers. Long on is David Miller. Long off is Faf du Plessis. Short and wide. That's hammered out to the sweeper, and it's really, really good fielding.
It's brilliant. That's what it is. Absolutely brilliant from Rassi van der Dussen sweeping. And more of this is needed. Need the bowling to be good, the fielding to be tip-top, help the bowlers. As it left the bat, you thought, oh, that's 4. But for those outstretched arms, top work.
Shot the stumps, don't need to. Just the one.
Calm down, everybody calm down.
Captain, coach on the edge of their seats, I think, down there in the dugout. Of course, if they get up in this game, they win the series. Has Wade got the pads on? I'm sure he has.
It's brilliant in 2020 cricket. It just gets tight. Oh, Finch still got his pads on.
He can't come in again, can he? Should be just one. No, coming back to the second. Not the strongest of arms.
Yeah, boundary long out there. Yeah, boundary very long, and you got to make sure that those with better arms are in the longer parts. And there's just been a swap in terms of personnel. Reza Hendricks is the man who's gone to deep mid-wicket.
Yep, I just said it. It's small, but it's really important. The key fielders have got to be in their right spots. Now it looks pretty good. They just strolled through for one then. I'm trying to work that out. How did that happen so easily?
But much of it through their innings, Australia, and it's something to admire in the way that they've played. Has been exactly that. In the circle, if you're not in really tight, they're going to take one to you. And there's been good communication between batsmen, all partnerships to this point. They're just quickly across for one.
Warner's going to retain the strike. 7 runs off that over. 134 for 3. Thing about David Warner, you want to cut his boundaries down, which they've done pretty well. 5 4s and 1 6. That's what he's got in his 63 so far. But he's got the other dimension, which you've just talked about, Pommy. Turns his ones into twos. I wonder how many extra runs he's actually stolen in this inning so far. Been unbelievable the way he's scampered through the up and down the pitch. That's what it's all about. 25, that's what they need. 3 overs to go. They won't want to leave it to the last over.
There's just been a conference. Quinton de Kock, Faf du Plessis, Kagiso Rabada in a big chat.
Giddy. Warner down the track. Wants to. Oh, he's done something. Warner's done something. He's annoyed with himself. Now he's coming through. No, decides against. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, all the smiles there because of what happens. You watch here, he's pushing as hard as he can. I'll try and get back for 2. Then he thinks, okay, can I get back? He's walking back, Marsh, and then the throw comes in and he wears it. Having worn it, it goes off to the side, and Warner looks up. He thinks, oh, we can get a second. He says, no, it hit me.
They are very involved today, that's for sure. I tell you what, they've throughout the country, South Africa's been treated to some unbelievable T20 cricket. The England games, yes, the Wanderers one was one-sided. This has been a beauty.
Nothing like it when the grounds are full, and they've been full every single time for the 2020s. It's just brilliant.
Cape Town will be Cadbury's. Give yourself some room. Should be just the one. Is.
You feel the pressure. You see David Warner trying to cut loose. He's looking for one he can get away so he can just release it. He's also just flagging a little bit. He's been batting right from the start. It's hard work, this. The adrenaline, the energy.
Three balls left in the 18th over. They'll They'll want to try and make it a dawdle in the last over. That'll be their plan. So these next 3 balls and the next over, they want to be big. Oh, good work. Good work from Ngidi. Clever stuff.
It's a ploy that he used not too far from here, not too long ago. Slower ball, go towards that red line outside the hitting arc. And the batsman's then got to fetch it. It's a dot, precious dot.
Charles Langeveld says, when you've got pressure on you as a bowler, you've got to go to something you're really comfortable with. Don't try and do something you're not confident about bowling. Do with what you know. Not back.
Oh my goodness. Not that. Couple of inches, that's all it is. To the right, you're okay. To the left, not so.
Now that didn't sound like a good hit. Is it going to be taken? Oh my goodness gracious me! That is absolutely sensational. Brilliant work. What a superb performance.
What about that? This is unbelievably good. It's got St George's Park up on their feet. I tell you what, some are having palpitations. Cannot believe what they've just seen. Faf du Plessis in combination with David Miller. He's looking for 6. Here's Mitchell Marsh. Then it's heart and mouth stuff. Come on, catch, catch, catch. Heart and mouth again. Here, is he gonna go over? Is it gonna drop? No, it's not. Miller with the dive, keeps it off the deck. And Marsh is gone. Ecstasy at St George's Park.
That is absolutely sensational. Look at the bowler's reaction as well. Magnificent stuff. The guys train this sort of stuff. They practice it. They get it right. What an exhibition of catching that is. Eventually caught Miller. Gone for 6, 138 for 4. Righto. Here we go. Matthew Wade now. Last ball of the over. That's what he does, Wade. He just gets 1s and 2s. He's not a big hitter. He's retained the strike. That's important. Interesting stuff. What an over that is from Ngidi. 5 runs from it only. A brilliant wicket. I'm putting it down to du Plessis and Miller. 139 for 4.
No, you can't move. No, stay where you are. You don't want to miss a bit. It's all on. It's all on again. Here's another look. It deserves another. In fact, you might look at it quite a few times. He stood on the rope before. He wasn't going to do it again, not with the ball in hand. Ah, can't believe it.
I mean, it is just magnificent. It really is. Look at that dive from Miller. Desperate dive from Miller.
He'll be saying, you owe me a drink, Faf. You could have made it easier than that. What about a little lob to me?
Outstanding anticipation, too, from Miller. Mark that down. Righto. Let's get our breath back. 20 from 12. One of the finest quicks around.
He has to be on target. Right on target. Still nip and tuck.
Wade on strike. legs. Rabada's got it this time. This place has gone absolutely bonkers.
Drama you want, drama you'll get. 2020 cricket at its best. You can cruise along. You might think you know what's gonna happen, and then there's a twist. Mitch Marsh gone the over before. Wade on strike. Looks to just nudge it for one. It's a leading edge. Kagiso Rabada makes no mistake. And from 124 for 2, Australia are now 139 for 5. And St. George's Park is rocking. Action all round. A short stay for Matthew Wade. He's gone for 1. Australia 139 for 5.
Right ahead. There you go now. Rabada. Dot ball. It's worth gold. Wicket first ball. Dot ball second ball. Dive as well from Warner. He wants to get down the business end.
Yeah, another look. Just threw the shot quickly, gets a leading edge, and Rabada gets one of the comfortable ones. It's comfortable in terms of height. There's pressure on it, though. Can't drop that. He didn't.
Tights. Just the single.
How many of the last one? That's the question. How many can you get of the last one? How much does Warner do here? He is the key. He's the key to the whole game. They act like they're okay. They're not. I can promise you that.
I'll tell you where the game is, Pommy. The game is the next 3 balls.
Oh, here it is right here.
Warner on strike. Slashed away. Pretorius, slight fumble. Wants to come back for the second. Can't do it. Good stuff from Pretorius. Good work on the covers.
Just listen to the crowd. Well in on it. Tell you what's good. That delivery to Warner was a Yorker. Look full, trying to hit the stumps. Exactly right.
18 from 8. That's what they need. Oh, it's a dot ball. Brilliant, Rabada. Brilliant. South Africa have to win this to keep the series alive. Brilliant.
Talk tactics just for a little bit. Crowd going bananas. Rabada has to keep his wits about him. Ashton Agar has to go for a boundary. Final ball of the over. Then must have David Warner on strike for the final one.
Yeah, can't take one. One's not going to help their cause at all. Oh, it's leg side, it's a wide.
I tell you what, with what he's bowled, he's got away with it. He'll be happier with that than a little edge that goes down to fine leg for 4. Could have gone off the pad and gone for 4.
He'll be happy if he gets away with this extra ball. Three runs from the over and a wicket as well. Last ball. Brilliant stuff from Rabada. That is magnificent. Over number 19 is so crucial in these sort of situations. 142 for 5.
Just 3. That included a wide, and there was a wicket in that as well. Brilliant from Rabada. As I said before, the game shifts. You hang in and you hang in and you hang in. Then it's a whole new game right at the back end. It's become that. It became that for South Africa, and they managed to hang in there, whilst Australia looked like they were well in control. 2 very similar innings, actually, in the way that they went. whilst the ball was new, able to whack it to all parts. Quinton de Kock with 70, Rassie van der Dussen with 35. Warner here with 66. He is the key. He's good, you know. He's very good.
Seriously good.
He can do this.
Got to watch the first couple of balls. 17 from 6. Nokia.
Yeah, this is the ultimate pressure. The man with the country's hopes on his shoulders.
Let's crack that away. Sweeper in play. Is it only one? Yes, it is. That's what South Africa wanted. It's exactly what they wanted.
Brave, brave delivery. Oh, wow. Fine leg up. Third man up. And he had that little bit of width on it. Warner could have accessed the boundary. He didn't. It's a great start.
I need 3 boundaries. One of them's got to be a big one. 5 balls left. Bowled him. Off stump. Good stuff. Really nice from Nokia. He's got himself an important wicket and less place rock.
What a time to come into the attack. What a responsibility to be given. Heinrich Nokia knows that it's got to be slower deliveries. Gets it right on the mark. Oh, wow. Look at that.
I'm worried about her, the lady in the orange. I'm worried about her.
It doesn't matter where you look around here, young and old, they're well in this. It's a homeboy too in Heinrich Nokia who gets that wicket. It's a first wicket for him in T20 internationals. What a time and what an atmosphere for it. 143 for 6. Yeah, Mitchell Stark is in, and as you look at this, it's a worry for Australia, the fact that it's so many left-handers that keep coming in. And what it does with right armers operating is that it allows them, with those off-cutters that they bowl, to be going against the swing of the arc that the left-handers have. So it plays into South Africa's hands.
Righto, you've got to shut down the boundaries.
He can't watch. He can't watch. He's hiding.
4 balls left, 16 required. Shut down the boundaries. That's what South Africa need to do. Australia need boundaries. Hard into the ground. Side the stumps, no. Decides against it. Could that be it? Are we going to Cape Town now? 1-1.
Don't speak too soon. Don't touch the money.
There was an R there. 15 from 3.
3 sixes.
Warner's on strike.
Exactly.
It's not the biggest ground in the world. Righto. Miller and du Plessis are back straight. Nokia. It's a beautiful shot. Straight to the covers. No run taken.
Had to run. Unless he's hoping for a no ball somewhere.
That's all he is hoping for now.
Had to run. Oh, I know why he couldn't watch.
Now
he's got an Aussie shirt on.
Well done.
Oh!
It didn't take you long. 2 balls left. What a game. Full into the pad. What an extraordinary game this is from South Africa. Unbelievable game of cricket. My goodness, we have seen everything.
So as we watch South Africa bat and they taper down, They'd gone at the start so well, and you thought that they'd get to 180, maybe even 200. We know at the coast you're not going to get those sorts of scores. We wondered why. I thought perhaps it wasn't good batting. Perhaps it's the surface and the nature of things here on the coast. What a reaction, though, from South Africa.
Last ball. Beautiful stuff from Nortje. South Africa have done it. The celebrations begin here in Port Elizabeth. They are ecstatic with this performance. This is the sort of game that good teams win. Now, they were thrashed in the first game at the Wanderers, totally outplayed in all departments. They wanted to bounce back. They wanted to prove a point. They've done exactly that. Congratulations, South Africa.
Australia will be looking and saying, how did we manage not to get over the line there? They seemed so in control all the way through. A good start. The first 6 overs went well. The middle of the game, they were controlling things, good partnerships. And then at the back end, just lost wickets at the wrong times. And once that happened, South Africa were able to just storm back into the game. It brings joy to the face of Quinton de Kock, the skipper. And no doubt it's a bounce back that was necessary for South Africa, having been absolutely walloped in Johannesburg.
And Pom, some people don't want international teams to play T20 cricket.
You're making that up again.
What a game. What a magnificent 3.5 hours of entertainment.
So, wherever you may be, should there be some cricket turning up around your area, what you want to do is turn up at the ground, because I cannot describe to you how it's been in this ground as this game has come to a conclusion. Absolutely fantastic scenes, great celebrations with each wicket that went down, with each run protected. And look at this. Some, I reckon, will have to take some pills just to calm down. It's been tiring.
Some deep breaths are needed, that's for sure, in some areas. David Warner, let's not forget his performance. Really played well, David Warner, 67 not out. Just got a bit frustrated, I think, by some of the partners. Wickets fell at the wrong times as far as Australia's concerned at the end. But there's big smiles all over the South Africans now. 1-1 it is as we move off to Cape Town for the final game. That is going to be absolutely chock-a-block, Cape Town.
Have you got your tickets yet? I hope you do. If you don't, hurry and get them. Here's the last delivery. That's the end of the game. Heinrich Nortje went for just 4. The work had been done at that point, though. The previous over from Kagiso Rabada going for just 3, and a wicket going down too.
They scored just 30 runs, Australia, in the last 5 overs. That is a serious shutdown from South Africa. They also picked up 4 wickets. That's how well they did. Look at Mark Boucher. Interview from him during the week said, gee, this is a tough job, this coaching role. Smiles now.
Yeah, not so many smiles back in Johannesburg, because that man Warner on the left of picture, as well as Finch and Smith, were given some gifts right up at the front. Look at that, high fives all round, applause, smiles everywhere. The taste of victory. Yeah, and the thinking, no doubt, from South Africa will be it's so important for them to give themselves a chance, whether it's with bat or with ball, right at the start. Must ensure that they get things kinda right, not have an aberration like we had at Johannesburg, because you do that, you give your opposition too much of a head start. Warner was really good for his 67 not out. He's a wonderful player, and he needed some help. Needed some help from somebody else, anybody, to get them over the line. It wasn't forthcoming.
Yeah, he was superb, and it was just Smith and Warner. 50 runs and 47 balls, they got things going. So did Warner and Finch. Finch is a ridiculously good player, really is. 48 versus 29, he's a power hitter. Those two at the top can make a real difference, and then just sort of fell away. Warner and Carey not too much, Warner and Marsh not too much, and then of course it got into single figures. But extraordinary stuff. Low scoring game, this one, as we look at the bowling figures as well, and Nortje is highlighted. 4 overs, 8 dot balls, 1 for 24, going 6s over, 6s only. That is really special.
Good work in the middle from Shamsi as well. Needed wickets from him. If you're not going to get wickets, then make sure you don't go for many. And 4.25 is outstanding. Excellent also from Pretorius, who went at 7.25. Rabada went for plenty in the previous game, and look at that today, 6.75. So an addressing of things with Nortje coming into the attack and also going well.
Yeah, you're right, Shamsi, very much a highlight there. And Geedy came back beautifully also after getting some tap from Warner, picking up 3 sticks. Low scoring game, that's what's fascinating. Both these teams read the conditions beautifully. And in the end, South Africa got up, and as I look at the match summary, to Cox, 70 off 47. His knock was absolutely superb. Warner was the pick of the Australians by some distance. And Richardson was brilliant, 2 for 21 off his 4. And Ngidi picked up 3. But Shamsi was outstanding. And also Nortje, very, very tight with that 1 for 24 off 4. And South Africa in the end just winning by 12 runs. And that's 1-1 as we go to Cape Town. So magnificent stuff here in Port Elizabeth. That is the situation that stands right now. There's only 3 T20s. It is going to be absolutely bursting at Newlands, I'm sure, on Wednesday. It's a 6 p.m. start as well, so that's going to be just wonderful to watch and to be there and to witness. Wow, terrific stuff. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back shortly for the presentation.
Australia champions 2018.
There it is. Sublime batting.
Oh, you beauty.
This is a monster strike.
That is brilliant.
I was on the servo and I saw on the CCTV screen the balding bloke with the same jacket as me. But when I turned around, there was nobody there. And that was it.
Reached your turning point? The doctors at Ashley & Martin could help regrow your hair.
The exhilaration you feel on the road comes from the limits we push on the track. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
There's heaps of stuff to do in the store. I think people would be very surprised with what they can achieve with Bunnings prices. Warehouse prices means you can get more done around your home.
Mimosa Cape Cod chair, only $159. DeWalt 18-volt 4-piece combo kit, $699. Victor 140cc lawnmower, $399. 4-litre Taubman's all-weather exterior, just $73.90.
Where you find a competitor's lower price, on the same stock datum will beat it by 10%. Bunnings Warehouse. Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
Harvey Norman $500 million 5-day sale with 60 months interest-free. This Lenovo IdeaPad laptop only $477, save $171. Hisense 75-inch 4K smart TV just $13.95 plus $100 fuel card. Hisense 460-litre fridge only $6.94. Up to 50% off mattresses, ensembles in Manchester plus bonus local delivery. Munro Fabric Lounge Suite with chaise and recliner actions only $19.99 plus a massive 60 months interest-free. Many more deals in store and online. Hurry, sale ends Monday at Harvey Norman.
Always make a good impression.
Connecting Bluetooth.
Or just be yourself. Change the rules. The new look Toyota CHR. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
We sure had action galore today in Port Elizabeth, but gee, we've had it so far with Australia's tour of South Africa. It's only just started. First game was won convincingly by Australia, the second one by South Africa with 12 runs. So we're off to Cape Town. Then we got 3 one-dayers as well. So there's plenty to come. In the meantime, we're going to go down and join Sean Pollock for the presentation.
Yes, welcome to the post-match presentation. What an exciting game. South Africa winning it by 12 runs. The series all squared up at 1 apiece. We'd like to thank KFC for their continued support of T20 cricket, international cricket in South Africa. The presentation party, Rudy van Schoor, the GM of KFC.